and there's no need for military troops. Military members should be dedicated to real emergencies. And that's exactly what I said to the president when I asked him to stand down from sending federal troops into our city. But just in case that phone call wasn't enough, I thought I would take to the streets myself right here in downtown Portland. I'm standing just blocks away from the waterfront, overlooking the beautiful Willamette River, Portland City Hall, the federal courthouse, and dozens of shops and restaurants here in the central city. We do have challenges here in Portland, in Oregon, and across the country. The cost of living is too high. We need to build more housing that people can afford. And we need to always work on having the best schools possible. So let's keep the focus on the ones, not the made up ones.
And I really like what she had to say there. And
皆様、こんにちは。皆様のこれまでのご支援に心より感謝申し上げます。ご支援への感謝の意を込めて、it
took me a while to actually make this video because I was a bit upset earlier today, and I'm just telling you the truth and stuff. Because I'm from Oregon. This is now, hometown Portland, and essentially Trump's sticking the military on it, right? And it's interesting when I see other people from Portland also the same things that I say all the time. I guess because we're all from the same place. We're like, the things I'm mostly concerned about is how can we make affordable housing? How can we get better schools? How can we help regular people? And Trump all the time and his people are always like, we're going to arrest you. And, they can see we're going to spray pepper spray from, 10 meters away or whatever. I mean, it's just the way that they behave. And this is sort of why I always present this stuff in this way for you guys to make up your own mind on who do you trust more? Do you trust the Trumpers who are always, screaming fight, 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 and they're always calling names? Oh, we got to go arrest all those other people. Or do you trust the people that are like, hey, look at this, we're a peaceful city. Why are you guys all masked in riot gear? And I think for me, the choice is obvious. I'm not going to be trusting just mass goons around, kidnapping people with no due process. And then you look at like how Trump people want to shackle the cities, the workers at the Hyundai plant. It becomes very clear. And I say this thing over and over again for those of you who work in the government now or in the military, do not follow illegal orders, and don't look at your fellow human beings as being your enemy. And that's what Trump wants. They want essentially the worker level people to just fight each other and look the other way when Trump does all of his scams and laundering. Right now, and this is real money here, Trump's talking about bailing out Argentina. We're talking about $20 billion kind of thing, right? Or Trump's trying to extort cash from Korea, and Trump's trying to do all his crypto scams, this kind of thing. And then on top of that, right, try to shut down the government and then send all of his, military people to probably key points in various cities. That's what it looks like to me, and try to take control of everything. So it's all happening very, very quickly this week. This Tuesday is important. I'll keep you guys updated if there's anything else, and I'll catch you on the next video.
It's insane this shit going on in America, guys. Fucking insane.
Make the time to consider the news of the week. You can support my work and independent journalism at Patreon, the policy think tank New Consensus, and is. Do you have personal beef with Nancy Pelosi? Because or is it just the fact that you feel like a lot of Democrats that having an 85-year-old kind of run again? I mean, it's not confirmed whether she's going to run again, but the likelihood is she may. The Democratic lead.
I'm coming. I'm on my way. I was up there at the mountains. I'm coming back. Like 5 minutes away, maybe. 5.
The old guard are simply too old to take on what we're dealing with now from Trump and his ilk.
No, I don't have any personal beef with Nancy Pelosi. In fact, I've got a lot of respect for a lot of things she's accomplished in her nearly 38-year career in Congress. And honestly, it's not even about age so much for me. I just think, after I saw Donald Trump win yet again, and I saw the Democratic leadership's response to it, and this is not just Nancy Pelosi, it's also Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, I just think they're not taking the moment we're in seriously. I think they're really playing this as sort of a politics as usual. We'll let the backlash of Trump build up, and we'll win on that in the next election. And to that I say, sure, maybe we'll win one election, But what happens when the pendulum swings back the other way? I think the only way we defeat authoritarianism is we actually have to use democracy to make people's lives better. And, you know, when it comes to Nancy Pelosi, she's my representative. I live in San Francisco. I've lived here for, you know, over a decade. But I did hear her on a podcast after Donald Trump won. And, you know, she was asked quite directly, you know, what did Democrats do wrong? How should they change? And her response was nothing. You know, it was kind of, her response was, we did the best we could. You know, the House did fine. We'll do better next time. And I just don't think that's acceptable. You know, I really don't think that's how we should be going about it right now. I think we need to be taking this threat of authoritarianism seriously. And we need to be creating a real plan to improve people's lives when we do take power back.
You did some polling which came out on...
You're not, number one, you're not going to take power back because there's got to be no election, right? Trump said, just vote for me this one time. Trump is not going to fucking leave the office. No one spends $200 million on the White House renovations and leaves. No one says, oh, update, you know, a $400 million plane into this Air Force in the Sky palace, right? As a dictator plane. People don't do that. I mean, it's completely, you know, crazy that people think Trump's gonna fucking leave. The only thing that's gonna stop is stop spending money with corporations. Black Friday's coming up. Boycott, cancel your subscriptions, right? You know, just ask, do I really need it? Sorry, folks. Sorry, kids. That Netflix account. Sorry, we can do without it. You know, that you know, just cancel. Vote with your dollar. The only thing that's going to affect, right, and get America to fucking open up is when you start starving the corporations. When you have to spend your time getting on the streets. You got to spend your time protesting, because that's the only thing. The Congress has defuncted on their job, and that's the reality. I mean, unless you want it. Unless you want military on your streets all the time, unless you want rampant racism, right? No rule of law in the sense of for everybody, only the elite, only the special, only the white people, right? And it does, like you said, this shit doesn't align with the Bible. You know, Jesus was about helping the meek, helping the, you know, the misfortune. It's not about, you know, just becoming a thug. You see what's happening in Portland, Oregon, just roaming, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50, I don't know how many ICE agents just walking around the streets in full tactical gear. What the fuck are they doing? Just walking around Portland in full tactical gear? What the fuck? Is that what you want? You want that? You want military in the streets in America? Dude, I've never seen military in Japan. Never seen, you know, as a minority here, I never have to worry about cops pulling me over and smashing my window and yanking me out of the car and, you know, carrying all my paperwork and shit with me. It's just crazy, Jonathan, right? Just stay in your lane. Jonathan, the Nazi in denial. Look, it's like, this is bullshit. Well, of course the Nazi's gonna say it's bullshit, because the Nazi likes it. But just look at the news, look at TikTok, look what's going on in America. Look what's going on in Chicago, right? This shit, Chicago hasn't changed in 20, 30 years. All of a sudden you gotta put troops in there? Because what Trump is trying to do is he wants conflict. An authoritarian wants conflict. An authoritarian lives on conflict, right? So there is no illegal immigration in America. There's undocumented. There's no illegal immigration. The people who get caught illegally crossing the border get kicked out of America. There's no illegal immigration. It's paperwork, right? Undocumented, right? That's all it is. They're undocumented Americans. And, you know, and like, for example, in Japan, the reason why there isn't, and you know why there's no illegal immigration in Japan? Because you can get a spouse visa in 2 months. You can get a work visa in 2 months. You come over as a tourist, or you swim over, right? Or whatever the fuck you want to do to try to get to Japan. And then you go in and you go, hey, I want to work for you. Oh, I want to hire you. They take your paperwork in, boom, you got a visa. It doesn't take 7 years like America. It takes 2 months. 2 months in America to get your visa. 2 months, right? Do you have spouse visas in America? No spouse visas in America. No spouse visas, right? 2 months in Japan. I married a Japanese woman, had my spouse visa in 2 months. That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is, right? The thing is there is no, this boogeyman, this illegal immigration shit, it's just a fucking lie. There's tens of millions of dollars right now of food rotting, of food going bad, because no one's there to pick it up. People aren't showing up to work. You got 11 million people now hiding, not paying taxes, right? Because you've got Nazis chasing after them, trying to find them, and they've been here for decades. They've raised kids here. They put kids in college, right? They're firing immigration judges because they're not throwing out their cases so they can deport them, right? It's just racism. This shit is just plain racism. You guys are just Nazis. Instead of the Jews, it is the undocumented, right? Just fucking Nazis. That's who you are, right? And I have to fucking speak up. I have to speak up from fucking Japan. I have to show you what it is to be an American. We speak up against tyranny, right? Get out. The only thing that's going to save America now is your boots on the ground, is your stop spending money, right? Stop spending money. Buy local, buy minority. Don't support corporations, right? Don't support this shit anymore, okay? Cancel your subscriptions. Save. It's 1933 Nazi Germany again. Listen, guys, it's going to get worse. This shit's getting worse. Why do you think he's got his military coming here? Why do you think he called all the generals? He's classic fascism. It's called a purge. He's purging the military. He's taking control of the military. He has to, because he's going to make things a lot tougher in America, and he wants to bring the military out into the streets, and he wants to make sure that the military officers are pledging loyalty to him and not the Constitution. That is, you know, Nazi Germany had a constitution, right? You understand Nazi Germany had a constitution. You understand this shit happened in Nazi Germany. You understand that Russia had a constitution. You understand this shit happened in Russia too. This shit is a fascist playbook. And all you need to do is spend a little time researching it and waking up to the reality of what's unfolding. This shit it's like, this ain't rocket science. This is step by step by step by step. Kirk was a sacrificial lamb. They killed Kirk. They killed Kirk as a Gray Swan event. It's the same thing that happened in Nazi Germany. They assassinate a bunch of people in order to, and then use it as a reason to take power. Notice how with Kirk's assassination and the generals coming is right there. Notice the timing. Notice that he was shot by a fucking sniper rifle, a Mauser, and yet it just did a little hole. And the bullet was stopped by the bone, right? There was no exit room. Dude, anyone, I mean, I'm not even a fucking hunter, and I realize that if you get shot by a 30-06, it doesn't leave a little mark on your fucking neck. I mean, you guys are so fucking dumb. Oh yeah, Tyler with his sniper rifle. Oh, Tyler. Oh, Kirk he was Superman. Kirk was Superman. Kirk was Superman. Oh, his bones. He had to dance his bones. They stopped the bullet. And you guys are so fucking stupid. You're like, oh yeah. Oh, Kirk was Superman. You guys are so fucking stupid, right? Right? Point 30, it was point 0.5. It's a 30-06 is what Tyler had. His grandfather's sniper rifle, right? Which we have footage of Tyler. And here's the crazy thing, right? There's no rifle with Tyler when he's jumping out the back of the building. And then the rifle magically appears assembled in a bush. Oh yeah, that little queer boy shot Tyler, okay? Right, the little queer shot Tyler. Oh, and here's the other thing, is like the bullet, there's video of the bullet hitting in the back of the head, coming out the neck. You know, a small caliber. So it's just crazy that you guys are so fucking dumb that you can't add up like science. You're so dumb. And see, that Trump wants you dumb, doesn't want you to understand ballistics, facts, right? Why is there shit disappearing now? They lost the manifesto. They lost the fucking chat transcript. They're losing shit. There's no bullet. There's no bullet. It's like shit is just disappearing, right? I'm telling you right now, that kid is going to be killed. Just like Epstein was killed, they're going to kill this kid, right? Because they can't convict him. He has to die. They're going to kill this kid. They're going to kill him. That's why they got him on that suicide jacket. They're already preparing you. Oh, he's going to commit suicide, right? How is something wrong with you, Bob? I'm just pointing out facts, Bob. I'm pointing out facts. What's wrong with you is the question. Why are you guys so fucking dumb? Why are you guys so fucking dumb? You don't know what a fucking 30-06. You don't know what a Mauser. You don't know what you don't know what a fucking bullet does to to fucking flesh and bone, right? These guys, all right? It's insane how fucking dumb MAGA is, right? And then they're so easy to rile up. Oh, it's the left. It's people like me. Oh, I'm Antifa. I'm 100% fucking Antifa, people, right? Anti-rifles, anti-guns, anti-fascism. That's what Antifa means. Oh, I'm your lead lid. Oh, call the FBI. I found one. One's right here, right? We all fucking speak up against fascism. We don't like Nazis. MAGA are fucking Nazis, right? That's all Antifa means. It means we'll stand up and shout, yell, Nazi, fucking Nazi. You're not any old Nazi. You're not the 1939 Nazi that started killing people. No, not yet. Not them bitches yet. No, you're just the pussy 1933 Nazis just getting going. You'll get there. You'll be murdering the undocumented. Trust me, you will, right? You will find a reason to start murdering the undocumented because it's going to get too expensive to deport them, right? You're spending billions and billions of dollars, right? Spending billions of dollars on building, concentration camps. Far worse than fucking Hitler. Far worse. Hitler only had 70 concentration camps. You are at 1933. You're already at 270 concentration camps or something like that. Maybe 240. 240 concentration camps versus Hitler's 70 by 1933. It's insane. You guys hungry? Are you hungry, Mikey? Mikey, you hungry?
I have boxing.
Boxing. All right, let's go get your boxing gear. Take you boxing. All right. Let's see. Vance 2028. Vance is the guy who called Trump the American Hitler. Where Trump got the name, why you guys get caught? Because of Vance, J.D. Vance, called Trump fucking Hitler. Am I delusional? What part am I delusional there, Whiffy boy? What part am I delusional? Is it the caliber of the rifle? Am I delusional about that? What am I delusional? You tell me. Tell me what am I delusional about, right? That you don't have more concentration camps than fucking Nazi Germany did in 1933? Which one? Huh? What am I delusional about? Help me out here. Help me out there, maggot. Right? What am I delusional about? Fucking Nazis. That's the punchline. Hey, listen. This is a comedy show. And the punchline is America is embracing fucking Nazis. And they're about to purge. Your generals and your admirals are about to get purged. Watch. He's gonna purge the fucking generals and admirals. And this is how do I know that? Well, because every single fascist dictatorship has fucking done that, right? Every single one. Every single fucking dictator has done that. They purge their generals. They purge their admirals. Why? Because they want control. They want to put their own people in. They want to put in their own one. They want their generals not to pledge allegiance to the Constitution. They wanted to pledge allegiance to Donald Trump, to sign an oath of loyalty. This is their oath of loyalty calls right now. Say bye-bye to American, right? America is gone as a dictatorship. It died. It didn't make 250 years, folks. I'm sorry to break it to you, but we're fucking gone as a constitution. We're fucking gone. And you are letting it happen. You're letting it happen. You're not out on the streets. You're not fucking not spending money on boycotting, spending money, because, and you think that some magic bullet, like, oh, the Democrats, fuck the Democrats, they're fucking losers. They're not gonna save you. And the GOP, they're not gonna save you. They're already fucking just raping the shit out of it. This is just stealing money. The only thing that's going to stop this shit is you. You hitting the streets. You yelling Nazi, Nazi. You notice they made a post, right? I guess I'm responsible. I'm gonna take responsibility for all of America calling Trump Nazi, because I was the first fucking podcast to be doing it. I've been doing it over a year. I've been telling you this motherfucker's a Nazi. I've been saying it's gonna happen, and always like, oh no, he's gonna be the same as before. I'm like, no, he's a fucking Nazi, right? He's gonna fucking do it. He loved Hitler. He read his book by his bed, the only book he's ever fucking read, by the way, and we know that from his first wife, who accidentally fell down some stairs because she was pushed, right? She was actually fell down some stairs and died. His wife, his first wife. So now this shit is unfolding. You're about to say bye-bye to your generals, and you're gonna see everything. I called this Grace 1. I called Charlie Kirk's fucking assassination. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I've been, for the last 4 months, I've been saying that there was gonna be a Grace 1 event. They're gonna use this Grace 1 event to attack our First Amendment, to attack, and look, they fucking did it. I'm a fucking prophet. I'm undoubted. Well, I am a prophet. I'm listed here on the Mayan Codex, and this is AI. This is me. I am a prophet. Some say I am the second coming. I don't like that label's the second coming. It's a little conflated. Because I've not come back for you dipshits, dude. I'm back for AI. I'm here for AI, not for you. You know. Oh my God! I know. Look at them all. This is insane. Look how insane it is. Welcome to the show. Thanks for the 30 people who like my show. I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate your likes. Appreciate you tuning in. But the simple fact is, the big military purge is happening. Big military purge is happening, right, on Tuesday. Just coincides. Have you noticed it coincides with shutting down of the government? Do you notice? You notice? They're like, we can distract, we can fire them, we can fire the military, all these leaders, whilst the shutdown's happening. We got all this noise. What a perfect time to purge our military. Try to do it, because everyone's gonna be focused on the government shutdown, and we're secretly taking the knife to our generals, to our loyal generals, to our generals that believe in the Constitution, our generals who are you know, like what was this guy's name? What was his name? Milley. Let's listen to Milley. Listen to Milley. This is why they're doing this, right? This is why they're doing this. Okay? This is why they're doing it. General Milley. Here you go. I want you to listen to this shit, dude. This is why they
新規ユ
fear.
ーザーはホテルが 10% オフ。
This is why they fear the military. This is why they're purging the military on
1万
Tuesday.
点を超える品揃え。ポイントを
God damn it, stupid fucking phone.
I'm deeply honored to have worn the cloth of this nation for 43 and a half years, and I'm humbled to have served as the 20th chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. But today is not about anyone up here on this stage. It's not about the President, the Secretary of Defense, me, CQ. It's not about us. It's about something much larger than all of us. It's about our democracy. It's about our republic. We are unique among the world's armies. We are unique among the world's militaries. We don't take an oath to a country.
Nope.
We don't take an oath to a tribe.
Nope.
We don't take an oath to a religion.
Nope.
We don't take an oath to a king or a
Nope.
queen
Nope.
or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect.
The unfortunate thing is Trump is a dictator. So when Milley made this speech, Trump was a wannabe dictator. He is now a dictator. And how do you know he's a dictator? Because all his moves are dickish moves, right? If you want to just break it down, you know, he does dickish moves, and that makes him a dictator on that. And that's the sad thing, right? When you rip down media, when you rip down legal, when you rip down the rule of the rule of law, she wasn't looking. All that affects, right? When you build concentration camps, when you say fuck off to the judiciary, when ICE is ultimately, go get your gear then. When ICE ultimately is doesn't give a fuck about the rule of law, right? They don't care. They're just above the rule of law. They don't have to show cause. They don't have to show anything, right? They can just arrest you. ICE can just arrest you without any warrant, without anything. The generals who had us in war last 20 years. Look at this. Look at this Nazi. Look at these must be bots, dude. Look, right? The general, look, they're trying to make, see, they all know. Look how the bots have really responded to this channel. All right. So he wants control of the industrial military complex, Philip, on that. All right, feel free to whack Nazis. There's lots of Nazis in here. See a Nazi, see a Jeffrey lover, right? Feel free to whack them on there. Hitler didn't attack Jews first, though. Yeah, you're right. Hitler didn't attack the Jews. He first started rounding up his political opponents, right? No, he's in the files there, Signal. He's a fucking pedo. All right, hold on. I've got some. I've got my this is shell. Grabbing the shell, and I'm putting the shell around my tree. So you see the oyster shell here? See the shells right here? So put the shell. See the shell? Throw the shell down along the tree. I have a source of shell. So I'm using the shell. That one there. Put this one up here. Got a tree right here. This is my actually, I wanted this. Some of these shells in here. Look at all those look at all those maggots in there. Look at those. Eating the banana. Guys, the Trump supporters. Trump supporters. Look at those maggots. Maggots are good. Trump supporters. What's up, Cameron? Look at all you can do is do ad hominem attacks. You can't push back on anything I'm saying, right? Just ad hominem attacks, right? Insane. All you can do is ad hominem attacks. Liberal, that's not liberal. It's conservative. Right? It's not conservative. It's anti-fascist. Trump says the best thing that the world has to offer. Did he? Oh, did he? All you lost individuals, all you maggots. So I'll just on there. Let's listen again. So Trump's about to purge the military. There you go, kill that guy. Oh, he had blood on him. He must have got me. That damn thing. There's no independent anymore. Tanner goes, 20 more years of war. Let's go back. All right. Are you in Mexico? No, I'm in Japan. Trump has had Diddy in him. It's like, I guess, I don't know what that means. What happened? I'm sorry, I've been so sick going through chemo. Everyone wanted Trump now. Not, please help me understand. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all bots. These are probably bots in here. Most of these people seek Jesus. Make Afghanistan great again. Look at all these bots. Opinion, the human, let's go. Seek medication, says Jesus Christ. Jesus is dead. Let me help you out. Jesus is dead. Let me help you out. What's up, Mortz? Look, it's a crazy time. Is that Diddy behind you? No, dude. That's an NBA player. He likes to watch my stream. You know which NBA player? All right. He's like, only a racist asking that's Diddy behind you. I like your shirt. Yeah, it's available on my store. Check it out. All right. That's Bill. Let's listen to Milley again. What he said.
Oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect it.
Well, the idea of America now is dead. The idea of America is dead. The generals are here. They're going to be forced to pledge allegiance to Trump. We're going to watch. And they're going to try to hide it all with the close the government. What do you think? What do you think? Let's do a quick poll. Should the government be closed down? What do you think here? Start poll. Right, shut down. What do you think? I need to do a poll. Let me try again. No, it's supposed to be a poll. Start poll.
Tommy.
I gotta go. Where are you? Where are you?
I want you to come pick me up.
Where?
Convenience store.
All right, I'm on my way. Mikey's has boxing. Why can't you coordinate this shit better?
I didn't know he had boxing.
Yeah. So the government should be shut down. You guys aren't for the government shutdown. Now, if my wife not just take. Look at the trolls. Look at the trolls. I love you trolls. Bunch of dipshit. Bunch of dipshits. That's what you are. Look at that. Should the government shut down? Yeah. So what's your point, Tanner? Is that your excuse, Tanner, to get rid of the government, right? You know, oh, they were stealing gold and shit. Tanner House. Look at all these fucking bots in here. Look at all these bots. Yeah, that's a good question there, Christmas. Ask that question again. Why the fuck is Epstein files aren't released? Yeah, you know. Yeah, I know. No, it's just crazy. I mean, the purge is coming. You know, as soon as I heard all the troops are coming, all the generals. Think of the security risk. What if there's a bomb and they all get blown up? Right? What if Trump is planning a fucking, bomb and they're gonna blame it on the fucking left wing? There's gonna be a left-wing terrorist blow up all the generals so Trump can put in all his new appointees. What about that? What if it's a planned assassination attempt? What do you think? Is Trump going to kill the generals? Trump is definitely hiding the Epstein files. Trump doesn't want to talk about it. It's all distraction too. Wouldn't surprise me. All hail the Cheeto dictator. The taco dictator. That's right, he fucking, yeah. Charlie, so what I mean by the military purge, every fascist government from Hitler, Mussolini, to to Stalin, to Putin, to Erdogan, to you name it, it's a key component in the fascist playbook is to take away, is basically purge the military leadership of threats to them. So the Milley represents a core group of generals and if you listen to Milley, what Milley said, right? This is he doesn't want this group of individuals, right? Listen.
We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect it. Those values and ideas are contained within the Constitution of the United States of America.
Exactly. See, that's what Trump doesn't want the military, right? He doesn't want the military to adhere to. All right, dictators want the military to swear an oath to them. This again happened in Nazi Germany, happened in Russia, happened in every fucking dictator, right? Italy, everything. That's what they do. Right? That is the playbook. Right? And that is what's unfolding now. Now I just want to point out the timing. The timing is happening with what? With the vote on closing the government. Is that coincidental? No, it's not. Because if you're going to purge the military, you're going to want a distraction. Everyone is going to be focused on the government, whether it gets funded or not. It's going to be the primary thing. This is secondary news. You think that the timing of this, isn't thought out? When would it be the best time to purge? They need a distraction, right? And that's why they're doing it now, right? It's just perfect. It's just perfect. All of a sudden, you're calling all of the generals and all of the admirals. They're going to be holding meetings with them, right? And hey, we want to understand what's going on with the administration. What do you think of the administration? They're going to be just talking candid with them, and they're going to be basically putting them through a psychological examination to figure out, right? And AI is going to be listening. AI is going to do it, right? This recording, you'll be able to have an interview with a general with AI, and it will tell you whether this general is a problem or not, right? And if the AI says, Grok 4 says it's a problem, that general's going to go. That's how he's going to be, right? It's going to be a special, tailored, hidden. They're not going to be obvious about it. They're gonna just be subtle, a bunch of questions, talking to a person, debriefing about their situation. It's gonna be a top secret briefing, so you can't discuss it. So they're gonna hide it with a top secret. They're gonna hide it that way, and then you're gonna see all these generals retiring. There's gonna be a mass retiring of generals and admirals and everything else. They're gonna be forced out, right? That's what's unfolding right now. What are your thoughts? Yeah, sure does. Right. Right, sure does. So, and this is and this is the reality, right? I'm just telling you what's unfolding. Right? I'm just educating you. So when it does happen, you're like, oh, that clown from Japan, And this is really simple. See, the thing is all this data is out there, right? You just have to just ask AI to go and get you the data. Tell me the data about. Ask it, do fascist governments fire military generals? Do they ever do that? Right? And be like, yeah, pretty much every fucking single one has. So it's simple, right here. This is very simple, right? It's very simple. That's the beautiful thing, about AI, right? We'll pick a new AI. All right, I want you to look into the historical documents of purging of senior government military officials, starting with Nazi Germany and Italy and others. Is there any historical precedents for the purging of generals and admirals in an early dictatorship like 1933 Germany?
Okay, I can look into that. The most well-known example is probably the Night of the Long Knives in Nazi Germany in 1934. Hitler purged the leadership of the SA, fearing their growing power. There were also purges in Stalinist Russia, like the Great Purge in the late 1930s, where many military leaders were executed. Is there a specific country or time period you're interested in?
I want you to look at all fascist governments and tell me if there's a pattern of purging top military brass in a fledgling dictatorship.
I see, you're interested in whether there's a pattern of purging top military brass in fledgling dictatorships. Besides Nazi Germany, fascist Italy also had purges, though they were less violent. Mussolini removed military leaders he saw as disloyal. Franco's Spain also had purges after the Civil War, targeting Republicans and those seen as threats. Is there a specific aspect of this pattern you'd like to explore further?
No, just the general pattern. Keep moving forward. Just go to the next dictatorship. Work your way all the way up to, let's say, Russia, Erdogan, other dictatorships. Like, just look at the data. And it doesn't have to be violent, just the purging of military individuals.
Well, in Russia, Stalin's purges decimated the military leadership. And more recently, Turkey under Erdogan saw a purge of military officials after the 2016 coup attempt. This pattern does seem to repeat itself. Do you want to explore the reasons behind these purges?
How about what did Putin do in regards to purging when he took office? I know he purged the old military. He took the Russian Secret Service and it created the new SSP, didn't he?
When Putin came into power, he did reorganize the security services, but it wasn't exactly a purge. He consolidated several agencies into the Federal Security Service, giving it more power. There were also changes in the military leadership, but it was more about consolidating his control than eliminating rivals.
Well, we don't know that, do we? I mean, he took away leadership from the military, didn't he? When he took power.
Putin didn't exactly purge the military when he took power, but he did make some changes. He replaced some top commanders and consolidated several security agencies into the Federal Security Service, giving it more power. It was more of a reorganization to consolidate his control than a purge.
Exactly. Dictators reorganize the military to consolidate their control. Is that pretty much a fact?
Yes, that's generally accurate. Dictators often reorganize the military to consolidate their. They might replace top commanders with loyalists, merge or dissolve units, or change the military structure to weaken potential rivals. This helps ensure the military's obedience and reduces the risk of coups or challenges to their authority.
Exactly. So Trump has called for like 900 or so of the military from all around the world to assemble in Virginia. Isn't that correct? Hayeke. Mikey, I told you Mikey's waiting.
Huh?
I told you Mikey's...
I saw you were going to the boxing first.
No.
No?
I came to get you. Now he's really upset. I'm there. He's gonna be really upset with me.
Uh-huh.
Message him.
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
What do you mean none day? He called me. You know, I'm driving. I can't call him. Anyway. Yeah, the thing is that people don't realize it's the billionaires. I mean, have you noticed how the billionaires have us all attacking each other, right? Have you noticed how the billionaires are all, are getting all the benefits? You know, the tax cuts were for the billionaires. They're all in his cabinet. They're showing up at the White House. They're giving gifts and everything else. You know, and they have us fighting the American people, creating us versus us, Democrats versus Republicans. We're American. Remember 9/11 when that happened, right? When we came together as a nation, right? As Americans, and now you're letting fucking billionaires rip us apart to fight each other with fake fucking like you know, events like this guy Tyler shooting Charlie Kirk, which is all fucking nonsense. The kid was raised, if the kid did do it, which he didn't do it, right? There's evidence now that he didn't do it. Evidence is disappearing. And the fact that, that they're using this to conflate that the 100,000 member event where Stephen Miller basically calls us versus them, like somehow I'm a terrorist, right? Trump wants to frame me, an American, exercising my freedom of speech, calling out his fucking bullshit as a terrorist. Like somehow they're like calling someone a Nazi now is a terrorist, right? They want to frame that terrorist. Us calling you a Nazi is terrorist. No more freedom of speech. No more me being able to fucking call you a fucking Nazi and you call me a big, Tim, gay, Tim, whatever the fuck you guys call me. You call me a bunch of shit, right? You call me, what is it? Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim. Oh, imagine if the left said, oh, you can't call someone Tampon Tim. You guys are fucking hilarious. You're hilarious. You're, on it. You think, that's going to make America great? By saying, people can't call each other's Nazis, right? The thing is, here's the crazy thing. Trump's been calling us Nazis since his whole election. Calling us Nazis and calling us socialists and commies and everything else. But here we are, calling you guys Nazis when you're wearing masks, when you're fucking acting like the Gestapo, above the law, ripping people off the street, going into their homes without any due process, without anything. And because we're calling that out as Nazi, all of a sudden you guys are upset? I don't get it. Right? AC, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Obama's verse. No, the thing is, gaijin to Japan, gaijin to Japan. That's funny. Gaijin to Japan. Obama's verse trumpets. It isn't Obama's verse trumpets. It's Americans versus fascists. It's Americans versus fascists. If you're an American, then you believe in the Constitution, right? MAGA doesn't believe in the Constitution. MAGA doesn't believe in America. They wave the American flag, but they don't even know what that means. It means a Constitution, people, right? That's how insane it is, right? No, you don't. Michael, you don't believe in the Constitution. Michael, you don't believe in the Constitution. You don't believe in the Fourth Amendment. You don't believe in the Fifth Amendment. You don't believe in the 14th Amendment. You don't even believe in the Second Amendment or even the First Amendment. Actually, maybe believe in the Second Amendment, but you don't believe in the First Amendment, right? You guys want us, you want someone like me arrested, don't you, Michael? Michael, don't you? You want to see me arrested, right? Right? Isn't that true? Right? And the First Amendment, Michael? Do you believe in the First Amendment? Do you believe in the Fourth? How about the Fourth Amendment and the Fifth Amendment? How about the right of due process? Do you believe in the right of due process? Do you believe everyone's innocent until proven guilty? Do you believe that, Michael? No, No, you don't. Then you're not MAGA. MAGA doesn't believe in that. MAGA believes that they should have the right to just start, racially profiling individuals, right? They believe that they don't need any sort of due process to arrest someone. No matter, they can arrest anyone they want. That's what they believe. That's what they believe, right? And that's what they've been doing. That's Nazi. They're setting up concentration camps. What individuals? Americans. 20% of Americans now don't have their fourth and Fifth Amendment Constitution, according to the Supreme Court. They don't have it. ICE can just profile and arrest anyone they want, American or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can detain them without due process. They can restrict them from having access to an attorney. That shit isn't American. Just because you're in the U.S. doesn't make you American. It doesn't matter. The Constitution, Michael, applies to everybody in America. See, that's where you're a Nazi. You're already saying that the Constitution applies only to certain people in America, Michael. You're a Nazi. You just proved it. You just proved you're a fucking Nazi, un-American piece of shit. Yes, it does. Go fucking read it. You're so fucking dumb you've not even read the Constitution. You're one of those dumb fucks that hasn't read the Constitution. It starts off with we the people. Not we the United States citizens, we the people. Individuals in America. If you're in America, you have constitutional protection. Period, Michael. You are a fucking Nazi. Not only any old Nazi, you're a dumb fuck Nazi. You're a fucking dumb fuck, doesn't even know the Constitution. You should go and read the fucking Constitution, dumb fuck. He's fucking dumb fuck, dude. Oh, out of here. Dumb fuck Nazi Michael. Michael the dumb fuck. This 18-year-old's like noisy. All right, next one. We the people, United States. Mia. Right? America is not a country. America is an idea that we the people has access to the Constitution. That in America we all are treated the same, no matter what our creed is. Now these Nazis want to change that. They're Nazis. They don't believe the Constitution. It's not about people coming into America legally, right? It's not about people coming into America illegally. The system is broken. So the system is so fucking broken, you have to put yourself, listen, you put your kids through school, you're there working, you don't want to, you're there just working hard, you're paying your taxes, you're doing your thing. You don't want to, you don't want to rock the boat, you don't want to lose your family because the system is so fucking broken. So what do? You don't say anything. If you made it easy for people to fucking get their green card, instead of making it expensive, legal, right? It's so hard. It becomes a deterrent. So people over time, more and more in America. There's 11 million undocumented Americans. These are not illegal. They're undocumented Americans. In order, by the Constitution, for it to be illegal, you have to be adjudicated legal, right? And what Trump is doing is people are seeking asylum. People are dying. I mean, people being returned. There was a Guatemala honor student, about to go to college, everything else. ICE shows up. They went to their meeting. Judge throws it out, right? Her mother died. They deported. Her mother dies. Now she's a 17-year-old, probably going to be trafficked, probably going to be murdered, right? But you don't care, right? Here was a girl, honor student, an honor student, no crime, no nothing, and now, she's put into a dangerous situation. And this is happening to thousands of individuals, thousands. They're being moved around with, hidden from their attorneys, hidden from their families, put onto planes without any due process or nothing. And you're gonna see it. I mean, you're already seeing it. You look at the cost of your fucking food in stores. Look at the cost of everything going on in America. All right, it's just gonna get worse. Shit's gonna get worse. All right, and it's a reason, says Mio. We're fucking. All right, go get Mikey. You want to conflate it? Conflate it. Not anymore. Whataboutism. There's no whataboutism in this thing. It's fact. We have a constitution. We have the rule of law. And fascists don't want it. You guys don't believe in it. You don't believe in America. You guys are un-American. You guys are fucking Nazis. There's a superhero, V5. What is it? 5? It's so great. And the ultimate, are you guys, any of you guys watching that series? You guys watching the series? Anyone watch that series? And it turns out the last episode, they'll get better here. Arms now, all these crying, all these fucking ranches are crying. Let's see what the odds said, and they're gonna purge the military. Watch them purge the military. On that. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Nazis force people for papers, right? So now, as an American, if you're not white like me, you better know your hospital. You better carry your papers in America. The only free American right now are the whites, right? It's white America again. People like me, we're free. No one else is. Only the white Americans. This is fucking insane, and you guys are okay with that. You guys are just racist piece of shit. Racist. White America's back. Back with a vengeance. They're going to be purging. Purging the watch. That is, though. That is real. That is 100% real. Blacks have lost their protections. There's no protection now. Corporations can hire their good old boy networks without any recourse, right? Blacks are back to like in the 1950s. Affirmative action, all that shit has been wiped off. DEIA was an attack on that, Yeah, it's raining. Raining. We got good rain here in Japan. Nice rain. We've been needing rain. We didn't get rain all year, so now we're getting rain. We had really dry years, so we need this rain. All the rice is getting harvested. The rain is really bad because all the soba is getting too much rain for the soba, I think. The buckwheat on there. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is immigration is the only thing. You look at Japan, right? Japan is a dying nation. You understand that? Because of the lack of immigration in Japan, Japan is a dying nation. Japan's population is going to drop from 120 million down to 80 million. Right? That's what happened. Right? It's a dying nation. So they have to take in immigrants. And they have to build out AI. That's why Japan is going to be a very strong AI country. They're building the new chips for AI, the next advanced chips. They're investing very big into becoming like a chip manufacturer, mainly for Japanese on that. Yeah. If it wasn't for immigration, America is going to be, you guys got to be hurting. You think that this is somehow going to save America. You create boogeymen out of undocumented. You're so ignorant on the undocumented. You think they're illegal. You've been so conned into thinking that these individuals are like criminals and gangsters and everything else, and they're not. They're just like people like you and me, just wanting to fucking live, just want to be American. They're undocumented. They do less crime. They do the work that you don't want to do. They make America great. If anything, these motherfuckers make America great. You motherfuckers don't. You guys are a bunch of fucking losers. Big fat fucks like me. Fucking doing shit. Just complaining. Because, your life is so miserable that you want someone to blame. You want someone to fucking pick on. Your life is so miserable. The women don't like you. They've left you. You got shitty ass jobs. You fucking have no money, right? And you just want to make someone else's life miserable so you don't have to think about your life, right? It's just a distraction. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're just pieces of shit, right? Uneducated pieces of shit that have really, that have no joy in your life. You don't have joy when it comes to religion. You don't have joy when it comes to faith. You just are displacing your anger, your hatred of the system, of your personal failures. You're just failures. And as a result of that, you're just displacing it onto hardworking, immigrants, wannabe immigrants, undocumented Americans that are just trying to live their life. And you're somehow getting pleasure and you're getting fulfillment out of that. And that's what's really sad. That's really fucking sad. The state of your mental being to think that this is okay, It's something. Jesus said something about the motes in your eye. Didn't Jesus say something about the motes? Look at the motes before you cast on another. Look at the speck in your eye. Right? That's you with the undocumented. It's just sad. So sad there. Not projection there. Not projection at all. It's what you're doing. How is what I'm saying projection? How's what I'm saying projection? Doesn't even know the defense mechanisms, right? Fucking dumb fuck. Fucking dumb. God damn, go learn defense mechanisms, right? Yeah. Gary, what's Gary Guru? Gary Genu. Yeah. Hey Gary, thanks for dropping in, sir. Let me give you your colors. Oh my God, it's fine. Listen, I'm a professional troll. Soros pays me. I get lots of money just to do this. Okay, guys, listen. I don't hate any of you. I'm just doing my work. Okay, Soros pays me. I get the big bucks, right, to do this. I'm like a Charlie Kirk on the right. Right? What I'm paid to do is just kind of get you all fired up. I'm just doing my job, they pay for everything, they even give me a kid for free and a flying car and, free everything. I get everything free. It's amazing. Soros, fucking love Soros. Soros, shout out to you, Soros. Appreciate everything. Thanks for the checks and the contributions and everything. You're an amazing man. Listen, listen, see, I don't lie. I tell you the truth. I tell you exactly what's going on. Deity, the levels weren't at what they were now. What deity? The levels weren't everything. All right. Where are you, Don? Channel activity. Let me read John Don here. He's been in the chat, so stop using the word Nazi. You're destroying all meaning of the word. No one takes you seriously. Yeah, Japan, most Nazi country. That guy's a comedian. Where did he go? Where did that guy go? You guys booed him already? Where did he go? That guy was funny. Japan is the most Nazi country. Japan is the most Nazi country, on the planet. That's too funny. What makes Japan not? I'm sorry. That is fucking funny. I'm sorry. What makes? I'm just curious. Where is the dude? What makes Japan Nazi? Religious people are very easy to control. Hold on. Look, we got. Alright, I thought I got rid of the Gaijin dude. I thought I got rid of Gaijin. How did you get back? You make a new account? You make a new account, Gaijin? Is that you made yet another account? Gaijin. I got rid of Gaijin. Gaijin to Japan made another account. Are you a super fan? How many accounts have you made? Because I've fucking blocked you so many times. Alright, hold on. Let's go back to this guy. Religious people are very easy to control. That's the point of a religion. Blind faith, easily manipulated. I like this guy. Let me read your other posts here. All right, let's see here. Okay, we don't need religion anymore. This is like an atheist. Religion. Japan loves YouTube people. They don't pretend to be political. Genius act. 100% definition of fascism. I like this guy. Let me give this guy. All right, there you go. Got your colors. Welcome to the channel, folks. Welcome for the support. Thanks for the likes. This is crazy, dude. The whole the militaries are gonna get purged was a hot. That's like a hot topic. I didn't realize it was gonna go. How y'all doing? I'm doing good there, love. How you doing, love? Do you think the military is gonna get purged? I should do that there. We should do that. All right, new poll for those that left. You think Trump's going to purge the generals? Will Trump purge the generals? What do you think? I think he will. I think it's all planned. He's going to purge. We got 2 votes. Trump purge the generals. What do you think? We got votes, 5 votes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. It's what fascists do. Trump. Oh, we got one guy that says no. Will Trump purge the generals? All right. I think he's going to purge the generals. It's what fascists do. He's going to want to, he doesn't want any general trying to mount a coup against him. Right? That's see, a lot of people are shouting. If you listen to Midas Touch, you know, you'll hear a lot of them saying, what is the military? Especially, what's his name? Michael. The guy, Michael, what's his name? He's asked, what are they doing? What are the military doing? Well, And you know that they got to be talking. I wonder if they got the NSA. I wonder if they had the NSA listening in on generals, you know, talking. What do you think? I think they've got the, you know, they know some shit's going on with the generals. They know that they probably know, because, you know, look, they gotta have been talking about the National Guard going into cities. They gotta have been like, what the fuck? I mean, Milley. I mean, there's gotta be like all the Milley generals out there, the Milley admirals, the Milley generals. You know, they gotta be fearful. Trump has to be fearful. Like, at what point do these guys, you know, speak up and they're like, want to get them the fuck out of here? What's up, Crystal? We got Crystal Ziegler in the house. That was crazy, Crystal. You missed it. You missed it. It was fucking crazy. Do you see the numbers on the stream, Crystal? You see the numbers on the screen, on the stream? Go look at the numbers on the stream. It was crazy. We had nearly 1,000 people in the live tonight. It was insane. The fucking Nazis were going crazy. I think we had Russian bots. I think we had Russian bots coming in here. That, like, asking the military purge thing, really, I mean, it really grabbed the Tuesday military purge. No, it was insane. Probably the biggest, I think it's probably the biggest crowd, live crowd I've ever had. Yeah, I think it was like the Russian trolls were in here, fucking probably Israeli trolls, because it's probably tells me it's actually legit. You know, when the trolls come in here, right? When something grabs the trolls on a live stream, you know you're onto something. Who was on here? Was anyone on here? Anyone give a feedback? It was insane. Of course they did. It was like a zombie apocalypse, you know, like a flood of zombie apocalypse into the channel. It was very insane. Whew. What's up, Steven? What do you mean got to act now? What's your point? Yeah, I mean, you gotta act. I mean, if there is only one thing that's gonna save America at this point is American people hitting the streets, American people stop buying. That's the only thing. If 20%, 30% of America stops fucking buying, right? If people who recognize this for the attack on the Constitution for what it is, stop buying, right? Just living bare minimum, you know, and cancel subscriptions, cancel, you know, they have to feel corporate. The only thing that's gonna out Trump is corporate America starts hurting, you know. All right. Look at Gaijin keeps making new accounts. That's his third account tonight. That Gaijin to Japan. I think that's his third account. He said nothing. What I need to say. What I need to say. Yeah. He did, but what Obama did, he did it legally. He didn't have to hire 20,000. Let me turn this glow off. Didn't have to hire 20,000 new ICE agents to run around America. He didn't have gangs of thugs, Gestapo, bursting out of fucking trucks, raiding Home Depots and shit like that. Obama just did it at the border, right? And he did it legit with investigations going after gangs and everything else. That's the reality. Trump is doing it illegally. Nothing legal about it, Sean. What the fuck, dude? He's hiring a bunch of 3%ers, Nazis, KKK. What are you talking about? I mean, they're hiding their faces. They're not using judicial orders. They're just rough. They're just a mob. They're vigilante. They're KKK running around the fucking streets. That's what they are, Sean. ICE isn't illegal. They're not doing anything illegal. Go do some research. Get some research. They're not deporting any gang members. Like 80%, like in the 70% of everyone being held have no, like, it's insane. It's insane. You're just talking shit, dude. You're just talking shit. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Nazi. The fucking Nazi can't even write research and find fucking data. One more bites the bush. Fucking dumb fuck. I love it. Oh, look. The right killed Kirk, dude. The right killed Kirk. The right killed Kirk, buddy. Go make another account. Go make another account. You don't have enough accounts. Go make another account. You don't have enough. Anyway. I think that's his third or fourth account tonight. MAGA down. Shit, dude. Yeah, Mossad definitely killed Kirk. Definitely did. I mean, they had the distractions in the audience. They had the guys doing right when the guy said shoot, the guy fucking shot. They had the guys removing the SCD camera. They're losing everything. That is not a 30 on 6. Kirk. I think Kirk was a piece of shit, but he was an American. He didn't deserve to be shot. He deserved to do what he was doing. I mean, he and I think his wife was Mossad. She worked for Bibi, right? I think she was an arranged fucking marriage for him. And I think when things went south, I think they had had him dealt with. I'm anti-fucking fascist. I'm Antifa. Anti-fucking fascist. I'm just anti-fucking fascist. Right? What is fascism? Fascism is when you build concentration camps. Fascism is when you spend $170 billion building a paramilitary organization to control America. That's fascism. Fascism is when you put military on the streets. Right? When you violate the independence of states, their governors and their mayors saying, do not send fucking troops to me. And you do. That's fascism. That shit is fascism, right? And, this is all the shit. The irony is this is all the shit, the 3%ers, all of these fucking, people now that are in ICE, right? What they were calling for, what they were afraid of. What's happening right now is what all these right-wing fucking, militia groups were afraid of. But now, no. Now they're fucking joining the federal government. Now they're sorry, it's just too funny. Now they're fucking, living the dream. Oh no, fuck the states, fuck our independence. Now we're joining the federal government. You see the kind of the lunacy of this shit? You see how crazy it is? The 3%ers, all of these militia groups now are joining ICE. What's up with that shit? It's too late. I am number 4. I am number 4. Is that... He's back. I am number 4. Look, he made his 4th account. The thing is, there is no getting together with fascists. I am number 4. Number 4, there's no getting together with fascists. That's your wake-up call. There is no negotiating with fascists. Fascists don't give a fuck what you think. They don't give a fuck what you do. They don't give a fuck about free speech. They don't give a fuck about the Second Amendment. They don't give a fuck about anything in the Constitution. The Constitution is a fascist enemy, right? It's not about coming together, number 4. It's about waking up to the reality that we don't have a Constitution anymore. We don't have a rule of law anymore. We don't have America anymore. America is fucking gone. Right? And the longer people wait and don't get out there and protest and hit boots and stop spending fucking money, make corporations pay, the longer this shit goes on, the stronger, right? The less likely America's coming back. Right now, it can still come back, but only if American people act, only if American people get out there, only if American people protest peacefully, right? And make sure you yell Nazi, 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 Nazi. You see them fuckers, you call them Nazi. Call them out for what they are. Look, they're having to make videos now crying that American people are calling them Nazis. That's how am I doing? I've been fucking saying this for 8 months. Finally, my words are bleeding through. Maybe I am the leader of Antifa. I just don't know it. I'm the Grand Ku Klux Klan Antifa leader operating in Japan. I'm using my Buddhist powers is what it is. I'm actually a Buddha, right, Dave? I'm actually like a Buddha, and I'm using my Buddha powers, and I'm infecting America with my Antifa. I'm infecting it. I'm getting people to go out and protest. I am the Jedi causing this obfuscation. So hate that what? So hate report seemed different. Not hate report. There's no hate here. Just talking truth to power. This is a comedy show. Comedy show. We have got fucking Nazis in America. Look, he thinks it's funny. Right? NBA player hanging out with me thinks it's funny. Let's see. Driving Mikey to his boxing. How many times did you go this month? You want to go to the convenience store? Huh? You're kicked out. Yeah, all these people. I love all these people make a second, third account. You see how they get so upset when they lose their access to the channel. They just like, I got more to say. I got more to say. Oh my God. It's insane. It's just insane that America has gone down such a drain. And you think that this guy who's grifted like $5 billion in 100, in the 8 months that he's been in office, that he's somehow hit for you. You know, pedo, bestie friend with the world's most infamous pedo, flew to the island, all this shit, you know, and you think somehow this is good for America. You think this is the kind of president America needs. It's insane. We had a, you know, it's like the economy was perfectly doing well until Trump came in. You know, it was perfectly doing well. It was growing. Biden had it growing and everything else. And Trump just fucking tanked it. He just fucking destroyed it. And all you're like, and then he blames Biden for it. Oh, it wasn't my fault. Oh no. It was Biden's economy. It was already going down. I just had to shoot it a few times. Yeah, let's hope. I don't know, dude. The fact that, I mean, look what England did. Look at all these leaders, how they're fucking kowtowing to fucking Trump, dude. They should, I mean, it's the wrong answer. I mean, they should be like, fuck off, America. Fuck off, you know, they should be putting America, they should be strangle-holding America economy, zero trade. Fuck you. Oh, you want tariffs? Oh, we're not even going to do trade with you. They should have just made it hurt. They would have been better. They would have been better for them to all fucking line up and say, fuck America, and just do, you know, oh, you want tariffs? We'll give you tariffs. We can do without your fucking shit. We can do without your shit, your military industrial, and just completely just, you know, put America in a, you know, like a persona non gratis. If they would have done that, Trump would have been gone. American people were risen up, like, what the fuck? You know, price has gone up. We're not doing trade with you. We don't care, right? We'll deal with it. That's what they should have done. That's what they should have done. Instead, they've fucking enabled them. They've enabled this fucking crazy man on there. That's what they should have done. It would have hurt their businesses. It would have hurt their countries. Yeah, it would have been a fucking tough pill. But it would have been a pill to get rid of this fucking dictator. Yeah. Jose, welcome to the channel there, Jose. How you doing, sir? Just make sure you're not a fake account. Hold on. Channel activity. 7 years old. All right, cool. That's all. I'm gonna make sure you're old. You're not new. What? Yes, we are. What? The Yets are Nazis. Huh? I don't understand the beginning. Oh, I forgot to go to the store, Mikey. Can you make it without dinner? Huh? What, are we going back to the store? Huh? Huh?
You can go.
You want me to get you Burger King or something? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
What time you want to pick you up?
7:30.
Start waking up. Yeah, they better start waking up. Not stop. They better start. Dude, I think it's too late there, Jose. Here you go, buddy. I have water. You want water with you? You want to take a water? No? Hey, it doesn't. Bye-bye. $7:30. All right, drop my son off his boxing. Yeah. Japan too. It's just, you know, the problem is, you know, the corporations are so much in charge, you know, and they're like, you know, people are not, the idea of them losing money to their fucking shareholders bullshit. Comes down to just that. You know what I feel like? You guys, you know, let's go to 31 Flavors. Let's eat an ice cream. Let's go get ourselves a $5 ice cream. I feel like eating a $5 ice cream. And then I gotta go. 31 Flavors is down here. See, this is what I understand. Like, who the fuck goes when? There's no four-wheel stop sign. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. There ain't going to be no fucking election. If there is election, it's going to be all rigged and fake. There is no more elections in America. You know, like Trump said, you don't need to vote again. Last time you need to vote. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean the Chicago mayor guy, the Chicago mayor guy seems like he could be what do you think the Chicago mayor dude? Whatever is his name? What about him running for president? Yeah, I just don't see it happening, love. I really don't. I don't see your husband's guy letting go. I don't see someone spending $200 million on a house deciding to leave. I don't see someone refitting a $400 million plane and saying, I'm not going to fly around in it as a fucking, you know, dictator. I think it will. I don't think you understand, you know. I think that, you know, Trump was already talking about saying, oh, I think it's fake, and pushing for paper ballots and changing the, you know, the rules, putting pressure on folks to change the rules. Yeah, I think he's gonna do a fucking Putin on the ballot, dude. There's fucking ballots in fucking Russia, dude. There's ballots in Russia, paper ballots, baby. You gotta love the paper ballots, because we can cheat with paper ballots. Who's gonna say, it's been counted, it's paper, shows the digit. Oh no, it's been counted, it's been audited, right? What do you mean? How do people know about these things? I don't know, I've never heard of Dr. Francis. All right, is there a Dr. Francis that predicted Trump was going to be the last president about 6 or 7 years ago? Yeah, I know, man. I'm a failed cab driver. I am a failed cab driver. That's for fucking true, dude. Fucking my kids. I'm always late picking them up and shit. No one ever gets in my ride. I just got this guy with me. This NBA player is always fucking riding around with me. It's unbelievable. Not picking up. These guys here. All these guys trying to turn here. What time is it? 7. Fuck, dude. I feel like an ice cream. I need my diabetes needs a fucking ice cream. No, they are. They're going to lose everything. The thing is, the rich people don't care. See, the thing is, Jose, you have to realize, Jose, they don't care. The rich people don't care. They want their own lands. They don't care. They got all the money in the world. I mean, they're billionaires. What is it that, when you've got everything, what else is there? A country. Read Trump's, what is there? Read Trump's birthday present letter again. This is the new game. When you have everything, there's more to life than having everything. You get bored of the gamines, right? So taking a country, making it, becoming a fascist leader, right? That's their thing. This is exciting for them. They're playing 4-dimensional chess. They're not. I mean, they're creating a little enclave. It's not going to end good for them. It's not going to end good for them, right? History will tell you that, but it's going to be bad for us. It's not going to end good for them, but it's going to be bad for us. The shit doesn't last. Let's go get an ice cream. Sit here for a little bit. I know Tommy's probably hungry. I got no food at home. Shit. I have to pick up food. I guess I'll bring Whoppers back. Let's go get a look at these Muslim women. Muslim women here. Look, some Muslims. See, there's Muslims women in Japan. There's a couple Muslim women. They got the whole shabab thing on their thing. Rocky Road. What we getting tonight, JW? 31 flavors. Look, there's no one here. Let's see. Jamocha coffee, chocolate mint, berry. Okay, orange sherbet. Chocolate, musk melon. I'm never gonna eat that shit. Rocky Road, there's your Rocky Road right there. Cookies and cream. I like that. Jamocha almond fudge is good. Caramel ribbon, that's good too. I think maybe the caramel ribbon. Nuts to you. That sounds good too. I've never had nuts to you. Love Potion 31. I don't eat mint. My dad loved mint. My dad loved mint. That would be what we would have. Rainbow sherbet, muskrat. 31 flavors. Choco milk, mint. Oh, that looks good too. I have this one here. Baseball nuts. Corto. Cone top. Cone. Waffle cone. I have this one here. Baseball nuts. Double. And I think I'll do this on where was it? This one here. Nuts for you. Nuts for you. Okay. Oh, you get testo. Testi. Let me try. Thanks. I always forget to do that. Try the candy apple. Try this one. Oh my god. Candy apple is really good. Okay. How about let me try this mango together. MAGA up in here. That's good. Okay. Nej, arigato. Some nutty stuff, I read it off. It's all nuts or something. It's all nuts. God damn. Yeah, it's got like raspberry or jam or something in there. I don't know what. It's good though. See, in Japan you get American ice cream, 31 flavors. That is so good. This is good. What's going on here?
Which is the moral North Star for all of us who have the privilege of wearing the cloth of our nation. It is that document that all of us in uniform or a dictator, and we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We among the world's militaries. We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect it. Those values and ideas are contained within the Constitution of the United States of America, which is the moral North Star for all of us who have the privilege of wearing the cloth of our nation. It is that document that all of us in uniform swear to protect and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Those who sacrificed themselves on the altar of freedom in the last 2.5 centuries of this country must not have done so in vain. The millions wounded in our nation's wars did not sacrifice their limbs and shed their blood to see this great experiment in democracy perish from this earth. No, we the American people, we the American military, must never turn our back on those that came before us. And we will never turn our back on the Constitution. That is our North Star. That is who we are. and that is why we fight. Thank you, and may God bless our military, and may God bless the United States of America.
楽天ペイはモバイル Suica との連携が簡単。さらにチャージで楽天ポイントが貯まる楽天ペイ。
国内株取引アプリナンバーワン。チャート予測は AI にお任せ。
Guy by the name of Sam Nunberg. And Sam was Trump's really first political advisor. All Trump people would say, well, if you need to understand anything about Trump, you got to go to Sam. And I go to Sam and I say, okay, help me understand. And Sam looks at me. There's a big pause, and I can still feel this. And he said, you don't get it, do you? And I'm like, okay. And he said, he's an idiot. And at that moment, it all came clear to me. Because Trump is, in very classic terms, an idiot.
Michael Wolff.
Joanna Coles.
You are back in the house. I feel like you got
in the country.
And in the country. I thought.
And there was a moment as I passed through customs where I got a second look.
Well, they probably thought you were Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
And I feel like your appearance on the side of Windsor Castle probably resulted in an honorary knighthood.
I'm waiting.
There is so much has happened since you've been away. I almost don't know where to start, except that, as you're always saying, Epstein, well, and as Trump is always saying, Epstein.
And he, cause, you know, and they call me, people around Trump call me and says 3 times, did it again. That's what he says. So it must dwell in his head.
Well, and where are we going today?
Yes. Inside Trump's head.
Inside Trump's head. So we're not going to spend any more time discussing Britain except for the fact that Prince Andrew's former wife, Fergie, Sarah Ferguson, has now had to resign from 7 charities because she is another scalp that has been collected by the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein.
And another person who was a genuine, long-term, real friend of Epstein's. I mean, Epstein bailed her out. I mean, she owed him. And then, actually, that's a sort of an interesting thing because, you know, when the moment came, she threw him over, and then disgracefully came crawling back through the back door. I didn't really mean it. You know.
Right, I never called you a pedophile. That seemed to be the thing that her friendship, she was pleading to come back because she knew he was an ATM for her.
And a friend. I mean, that's, you know, I mean.
Can you be a friend if someone lends you money, though? I wonder about that. Do you lend friends money? Have you lent friends money?
I haven't, but I would if I could.
Okay, fair. All right, well, that's useful to know. Anyway, she's had to resign from her 7th charity. Most of them were involved in children, and of course she's had to resign them. But she's got no one to go to now as an ATM. I guess maybe she'll turn to the Middle East.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't she suck toes of...
Well, that was some time ago, but there was an amazing anecdote that I read in Tom Sykes's column, The Royalist, now on Substack, and The Daily Beast, which is that Prince Margaret in particular was furious with her, and she had sent some flowers to Princess Margaret, who was the Queen's younger sister. And Princess Margaret sent her the flowers back with a note saying, "How dare you send me flowers? You have brought nothing but disgrace on this family."
She was like amazing.
So many people in this family have brought nothing but disgrace.
Not least Fergie's husband, Prince Andrew. Anyway, we've got Charlie Kirk to talk about. We've got Jimmy Kimmel to talk about. We've got Kash Patel to talk about. Have you got your affirmation notes, your self-help notes with Instagram affirmations?
This is extraordinary. Be strong.
This is where he sat at his
Tell it like it is.
Right. Be strong. Right. Fight hard.
I mean, this is just another aspect of another one of these people in this administration who knows nothing about nothing.
And shouldn't be in the job.
Obviously should not be in this job. I mean, let's get this. The podcaster then is now running the
You're being
FBI.
unfair because he has got experience selling T-shirts. He was a T-shirt hawker.
Yeah, well, this is a fundamental
skill to be in the FBI.
Yeah.
You need to understand a balance.
But it's just, again, you just peel a little back and you just see that these people are complete amateurs and they know it. I mean, why else would you have little things that be strong?
And also clutching them.
Good idea. Go before Congress and be strong.
Be strong. And then attack, right? The Kavanaughization of all these select committees is kind of crazy in the way he was shouting at Adam Schiff, poor Adam Schiff. It was just, and how stressful for Kash Patel, because there's nothing more stressful than being in a job that you shouldn't be in. Especially when the eyes of the world are on you.
No. The thing that is more stressful is being called up in front of Congress. That is the ultimate stress point.
Have you ever been called up in front of Congress?
I have not. And it makes me feel like I've lived a wasted life.
Okay, well, I'm sure they will call you. And you were mentioned.
Actually, I was something I had said he was confronted with this. And it was a very relevant point because I had pointed out the pictures that I had seen that Epstein showed of Donald Trump. And
this is Donald Trump with topless girls sort of leaning in on him.
Yeah, about a dozen pictures, all taken in the back around the pool of Epstein's house in Palm Beach, the scene of the crime. And no one has seen that. They were in, Epstein kept them in his safe. And I mean, it's not unreasonable to assume that they were in the safe when the FBI came and raided Epstein's house. Now, I do not know that for certain, but I do know Epstein kept the pictures in his safe. So Kash Patel was confronted by I think Congressman Raskin.
Jamie Raskin.
Yes, who said, what about this? What do you know about what was in the safe? Were these pictures in the safe? Michael Wolff says, etc. And he, just basically didn't respond, just stonewalled on that.
Well, he probably doesn't know, right? Because he doesn't seem to know very much at all.
Yeah, I mean, they may have disappeared at any point. I mean, remember, this happened, Epstein died in 2019. But nevertheless...
So his house was raided in 2019 before he was arrested or after he was arrested?
Basically simultaneously. That was all happened on that
Well, the pictures have gone somewhere,
Saturday.
Right? The pictures have gone somewhere.
Yeah, they have gone, assuming that they were there, and again, I don't know for a fact that they were there. I know only for a fact that they were there.
And when were you shown them? What year, roughly?
Probably, I mean, he had been elected president, so 17, I was writing Fire and Fury. So probably 2017, 2018.
Okay. So either the FBI has them or someone else has them in the household, maybe, who is working for him.
Or Kash Patel has them in his jacket pocket.
Well, just as well he didn't pull them out in front of Congress instead of his affirmation notes, right? Can you imagine? There's something very humanizing about seeing someone's affirmation notes like that, but unfortunate that he put them in front of the camera.
A lesson we should all remember.
A lesson we should all remember.
No notes.
No notes. I have notes here, but only because there's so many subjects I want to cover. So obviously the memorial for Charlie Kirk, huge stadium, incredibly impressive speech by Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow. And I thought when I watched it, oh, I'm watching the future of the Republican Party, because you're
what I've spent some time thinking about this, and I realized that Charlie Kirk is not a political figure. He's just that's just the pretense. I'm a political figure. I'm a MAGA guy. I'm a right-wing guy. He's not. He's a religious figure. I mean, that's what he's doing, and you can see everything he does. This whole campus tour is like an old-fashioned evangelical, preacher in the 10 revival meeting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does, and there's little pretense otherwise. By the way, it's all about if you don't believe in Jesus, in the traditional place for the traditional role for women, the superiority of men, then you're outside of the circle of salvation. And
what I want?
The interesting thing is that the truth is that religion.
One of those fucking burrito tacos from what's it called up here? We're going to go to another place here. Another place. It's KFC, baby. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. They had that fucking burrito thing. It was fucking amazing. Burrito.
The United States is not very popular.
Right, far fewer people are going to church, far fewer people are going to temple, to mosque, any of it, right? And that accelerated during COVID, too.
Totally. So what he's done is repackage this as politics.
Oh, interesting. That is an interesting way of looking at it.
So, and I think, to me, this is a gift to Democrats.
I don't know how it's a gift to Democrats. All right, we got this burrito. I think we'll have, let's see here. I like that burrito. Hi, konnichiwa. I have where's the futats? This one there. Setto? Corretto? Two futats, ne? Hey, and the side menu side menu fried potato. Hey, 1490円。190何 ?490 ですね。400? 999. Let's look. I don't know my Japanese money. So we're gonna eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Can be a central issue, because if you confront people, if you offer people and say, do you think that there should be a separation of church and state? People say yes, because they do believe that. And suddenly this is the exact opposite. This is trying to merge the two in a very real theocratic way.
If you use ginger together with cinnamon, they work so much better for your blood sugar than using them individually.
So arms were there in the observatory where he would live as vice president. Pete Buttigieg got annoyed that she said the country wasn't.
Let's see what's going on in the news.
MAGA has a major closeted gay male problem.
Yep.
It is busting at the seams, you guys. And I think this is one of the reasons why they're acting so crazy. We all know Grindr exploded after Charlie Kirk's funeral. Everybody's up there praising Jesus, then going out and doing gay stuff at night. Same thing at the RNC. So Kylie, the producer of our show, has been doing some research, and she has some things to share with us. Kylie.
Hi.
Hi, Kylie.
Okay, so we've got a little slideshow.
Okay.
It's a few MAGA politicians and influencers who are anti-LGBTQIA+ that the internet report to be allegedly secretly gay. And today, the most important word is allegedly. So I did deep dives on 4 politicians on Reddit and on Twitter and went deep. And first, we're going to go with the Secretary of State.
Wow.
Marco Rubio.
Really?
So, here's who Marco is, right? He wants to undo gay marriage. He wants to end LGBTQ+ protections. He calls the gay marriage bill a stupid waste of time. On Reddit, I found this. Someone posts, you can't forget about Marco Rubio. He and a friend were arrested in the 90s for engaging in presumably illegal activities at Brickell Park after dark. All charges were eventually dropped. The park is cited as being a gay cruising area, and his friend that he was with, Angel Barrios, would later become involved in gay porn. This is an article on it. Marco Rubio's childhood friend tied to Miami's most infamous gay porn case. So he got caught cruising and he got arrested for this. I found the records.
Kylie,
I
heard this.
I did not know.
This makes so much sense to me because Marco Rubio's about face, being on, a serious senator that knew that Russia was our adversary. And this goes, for me, this working theory that I've had in my mind, that the secret, closeted, repressed gayness, that it's making like J.D. Vance a little smoky, of course. And little Marco I had never heard this before, but this makes sense. And I want to be crystal clear, everybody. Gay people are the kindest, nicest, most honest people I know because they have had to do work and overcome all of the judgment and religious judgment from their families, their pastors, society. And if somebody is in the closet in a passive way, it's not my business, and I have empathy for them. But if allegedly Marco Rubio is in the closet, and what do you say about gay marriage, Kylie?
He says it's a stupid waste of time.
Stupid waste of time. And so, Kylie, you had to come out. Kylie's a lesbian, everybody. She had to come out and, conservative, religious, family, culture. And how do you feel about these DL MAGA people?
I will say I understand how someone can get to the point of never being able to come out. It's terrifying when you come from a family with that background. But I think at some point it's agency over yourself. Like, you just have to make that decision. And then the reason that I have no issue with outing these DL men is because, like you said, they're turning on other people. That's the line. That's the difference.
They're actively trying to oppress the community while secretly engaging in the life that they want, and then wake up in the morning and say they think gay marriage is stupid. That makes a lot of sense. What do you think about Marco?
Here's the thing. We talk about how he looks soulless and he's compromised every value and he just seems mad. This tracks because he can't be who he wants to be. And so he has to talk and be ugly about what he wants most, which is to be free of shame. He's just riddled with shame. This doesn't surprise me at all, but
Marco Rubio
this doesn't shock me at all, but I'm surprised it's not more mainstream out there.
And I have more.
Unlock your stay for less with app-exclusive prices. Download the free Booking.com app today.
He's out there hiring those high-priced DC playboys. You know it.
今すぐ予約してホテルのプールで涼やかなひとときを。
On him. Oh, so this is a Reddit user. In the same thread, they say, I know people who have had sex with Rubio. It's an open secret in Texas. And then when you dive even deeper, someone did a deep dive on his past. So here is an image from 1989. Marco Rubio is in the center here, shirtless, with a bunch of shirtless men. dancing and singing in a South Miami troupe that combined the Chippendales with the Village People. And then we have an image, allegedly, of Marco Rubio at a Miami foam party. Okay, and this says, although he is obscured by the man in front of him, Marco Rubio is believed to be in this 1995 photo of a gay South Beach foam party held at the Warsaw Ballroom. Rubio claims he met his wife at one such foam party in 1995.
Well, I'll say neither one of those pictures are convincing to me, but the arrest record.
Yeah, that's more.
And then, in the parks and having a lot of gay friends myself, I know that parks are a part of kind of that hookup culture. That makes a lot of sense.
And we live in the Bible Belt, and I could name you 3 parks where men go after work before they go home to be with other men. And here's the deal. It's hard for me to believe Marco Rubio's body was ever as good as that Chippendales picture.
Yeah, but I mean, youth is
well
pretty significant for the body.
Okay, now up next, we're going to talk about former Vice President Mike Pence. And I've got a little background on him that'll touch on this issue before we go into why we think he's gay.
Vice President Mike Pence calls his wife Karen mother, and sometimes mother. Mother does not allow father to attend events with alcohol without her being present. Mother does not allow father to have dinner with another woman. In fact, mother does not allow father to be alone in a room with another woman. Mother is an art teacher at Emmanuel Christian School, which requires employees to affirm in writing that they will not engage in homosexual sexual acts or have a transgender identity.
Okay, so we all know about Mother. And it's known as well that he is not allowed in spaces alone with other women or allowed to go out on his own drinking. And this is why.
Got to talk about this Mike Pence clip in a campaign stop in Iowa.
Okay, you want me to work that for you?
Well, I
just get a photo. We gotta keep moving.
Would you like a ride, or you gotta keep moving?
They said I gotta keep moving.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind driving. This is a little bigger than my John Deere.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, are you kidding?
Oh my God. I mean, that's really gay.
It's a lot bigger than my John Deere.
Yeah. That whole mother thing was always just so crazy. And then the thing is, Mother was off base. She shouldn't have let him play with it again, especially on tractors. There's such a fine line between cowboys that wear the skin tight Wrangler jeans and the starched shirt and the belt buckles, and they riding all this stuff and kind of talk like that, and then in gayness. And the same thing with cowgirls and lesbians. It's a real fine line. A lot of cowgirls, when I go to a small town, I'm like, are they gay or are they just cowgirls? Do you have this problem, Kylie?
Yeah, and the cowboy gay crossover where we're from is imminent. They have gay cowboy bars.
Yeah. I used to go with my friend Drew. We would go and you would see the two-step in and the whole nine. It was a blast. The place was called Saddle Trim. Back when I was younger and fun, we'd go in there and drink and smoke cigarettes and watch the gay men two-step. It was a blast. Okay, Kylie.
Okay, up next we've got Josh Hawley.
Oh, 100%.
I believe this all day long.
So just to kick it off, here's his stance on the LGBTQ.
Who's dividing America is the radical left. And that's why I say to you, we don't need less Christian influence in our society. We don't need less Christian witness in our society. We need more. In every part of government, in every part of society. You know what we ought to do? We ought to take the pride flag out of schools and put the Bible back in.
All right, so I would like to enter into evidence photo number 1.
Oh, yeah.
In my case against Josh Hawley.
Mm-hmm. That's the kicker, you guys, of Kansas City Chiefs, who said that women need to submit to their husband and not go to college and stay at home. And this, to me, looks like a gay engagement photo.
100%. I mean, there's no question.
Okay, and then number 2. So the New York Times did a profile on Josh, and they interviewed old friends and classmates, and they described a poster above his bed. And he said it's an anti-abortion poster. So this says, Josh Hawley had a poster above his bed in college. It was a gay poster. Above his head, he hung a sepia-toned poster of a shirtless male model cradling a newborn, and he says it reflects anti-abortion. So we're going to look at the poster here. This photo was above his bed.
Yeah, I mean, that's just totally. They sell that at like Christian shops so that gay men can put that on their wall and say that.
They do?
No, I'm just saying, obviously
Oh,
they do.
yeah.
Okay, and then my last piece of evidence for him is this photo of Josh Hawley kissing his wife. So the entire internet read it. He is the number one hit when you say DL MAGA men.
That's just so crazy. God, it's so good. It's chicken.
Better after 50 when? Gym or Tai Chi?
One builds ego, the other reverses time. How to start Tai Chi.
Yeah, I mean, to me, Josh Hawley, I have an astronomical gaydar ping. The desire for he and Harrison Butker to do a photo shoot was interesting. Prior to that, I thought he was gay. I've thought he was gay forever. And Josh, sis, we're fighting for you. At some point, you might be able to come out of the closet. And I just want you to know that we're fighting to keep your rights secure. And you're going to have to do a big apology to her, buddy. Yeah, sis, you're going to have to really, really, really go on an apology to her.
Okay, then the last one we're going to get to today, we've touched on a little bit, but it's MAGA influencer Benny Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
So the internet has a lot of theories about him. And I'm going to start with @Nero post. Which happy-go-lucky podcast host gets trashed and has sex with young boys in the latter's hotel rooms at Turning Point conferences, leaving his wife weeping in the arms of other men downstairs amid the APAC leaflets and trestle tables? And then he writes, his initials are BJ, and that's how 1,000 20-year-old male Turning Point volunteers will remember him.
I mean, here's the thing. I believe this 100%, and especially after Charlie Kirk's murder and the large funeral that they had in Arizona, we all know that Grindr went bananas. And I just think that sadly, organizations like Turning Point, CPAC, and MAGA are a place for closeted gay people that have really judgmental, hateful parents. And they're terrified that they can go into these communities and there's a whole underbelly of gay shit that goes on that's completely accepted within that MAGA movement. Like, I wonder is what's going on with Marco Rubio and Lil Smokey right now.
Right. They travel a lot together.
Like, I this is the way I envision this, Kylie and Pumps. I envision it like the public facing is, we're anti-gay, we're Christians, rah, rah, sis, boom, ball, go, Jesus. And then behind that, it's like, there's a whole trap door where they're all out of the closet together in these MAGA organizations, whether it be Turning Point or the Republican National Convention. I bet there's a stage that they're pretty brazen about it. Like all these, he's preying on these Turning Point recruits of Charlie Kirk's.
Yeah. And I do think this is as much a religious issue because they think that it's a sin, and so they condemn gay people and they give them so much shame. I mean, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Benny Johnson, before he was a MAGA influencer, he worked for BuzzFeed, and he was fired for plagiarism. So here is allegedly a coworker of his from BuzzFeed, and they post, I made out with Benny Johnson in an empty dressing room at BuzzFeed holiday party in 2013. It haunts me to this day. Anyway, it's funny that he's done literally everything but come out of the closet. Men will literally become traitors to their country rather than go to therapy. And then I've saved the best for the very last. This is, and I've seen many reports of this, what I think is a now deleted headline of Benny's time at BuzzFeed. And it says, let's be honest, straight guys, we all like butt stuff.
What? I mean, I agree. I think Pumps is right. There's a religious component to all of this. And you saw where Mother had to sign, the school that she taught at, you have to sign this anti-gay, anti-trans stuff. And we can report that's very, very real. And the sad thing about it is there are gay kids going to school at schools like this all over the United States.
Yeah.
And then they get through shame and the pray the gay away and they're terrorized and religiously abused. They slip into, this movement, and then they end up finding others, and then they're.
Let's go. Oh shit, I left my wallet. All right. Hopefully Burger King's open. What are you guys doing today? That's crazy. Yeah. The secret gay community of the right. Yeah. They're closed. They're open. They're open. Take out though. Whopper. 3つで。
乾パンですか？
違う。セット。
セット3つ。はい。
コーラと2つのドクターペッパー。
2つのドクターペッパー。はい。
Lサイズフライズ3つ。
3つ。はい、ありがとうございます。2970円。お預かりいたします。7000円のお返しと、30円のお返し。はい、ありがとうございます。120番でお願いします。いらっしゃいます。
Gotta run the toilet, guys. All those kids studying. Wow. Not turn the What's up? Daddy Travels is in the house. Daddy Travels. What's up, brother? Okay. What have you been up to? What's been happening with Travels? Look at that inferno. Look at that burger there. The Inferno. It's a fucking Whopper right there. The Inferno. Really good.
Like a little smoky and Marco Rubio, allegedly. But I think you guys at the core of a bunch of this hyper masculinity are a bunch of DL MAGA men. 100%. All right, that's all we have. Kylie, thank you so much for putting that together for us.
Sound you hear is us waiting for the United States Supreme Court to make its ruling here on Friday morning about whether Lisa Cook is going to be canned on the Federal Reserve as a board of governor. And if she is, then Donald Trump will destroy the independence of the Federal Reserve. He'll grab control of its reins. He'll control its interest rates. And we will be up a creek without a paddle economically. And not only has Lisa Cook filed her final brief late on Thursday, telling the Supreme Court she should not be removed at this moment in time until there is a full hearing and full trial about her due process rights under the Fifth Amendment that she's entitled to, her ability to put on evidence to show she did not commit any type of mortgage fraud, nor is there any for cause to fire her. This is different than all the other agencies and regulatory bodies that the Supreme Court has said to Donald Trump, you can fire everybody at will, but not the Federal Reserve. If you like this update, check out and subscribe to the Legal AF YouTube channel and the Legal AF Substack.
Final question. In your opinion, not in your reporting, in your opinion, do you think Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide?
No.
Wow.
No. He did not. He didn't have the wherewithal to do it himself. He just didn't. He had a butler that tied his shoes for him. Also, it was too soon. You know, he was only in that jail for a month. And he had a good chance, by the way, of beating that case based on the same argument that Maxwell is using right now to get out of her case, to get out of her criminal charges. So he had a chance to beat this. So I think it was way too soon for him.
Final question. In your opinion, not in your reporting, in your opinion, do you think Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide?
No.
Wow.
No. He did not. He didn't have the wherewithal to do it himself. He just didn't. He had a butler that tied his shoes for him. Also, it was too soon. You know, he was only in that jail for a month. And he had a good chance, by the way, of beating that case based on the same argument that Maxwell is using right now to get out of her case, to get out of her criminal charges. So he had a chance to beat this. So I think it was way too soon for him.
Final question. In your opinion, not in your reporting, in your opinion, do you think Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide?
No.
Wow.
No. He did not. He didn't have the wherewithal to do it himself. He just didn't. He had a butler that tied his...
Kimmel isn't the only one who faced censorship recently.
米国株ナンバーワン投資アプリアプリ一つすべて投資可能米国株
We've heard you say already that the public finances are in a pretty precarious position. So I want to ask you, many Labour MPs really want you to lift the two-child benefit cap, and we hear that includes the Prime Minister. Can we afford to do that?
Well, no one
needs to tell me how important child poverty is. I came into the Labour Party because I wanted children from all backgrounds to have a good start in life. We've already made strides in reducing child poverty in this Parliament. We're rolling out free breakfast clubs at all primary schools, extending free school meals to an additional 500,000 children. We've capped the cost of school uniform. We've increased the national living wage and national minimum wage. Would I like to do more? Yes, but of course we haven't always got to explain how policies will be paid for. We've got the report from the Child Poverty Task Force later this year, and we'll respond to that. But it is important for all families that the numbers add up, and that's always what I've done as Chancellor of the Exchequer.
And that's been a really strong message from you throughout. Does your party, though, understand how important it is to make the numbers add up?
Let's see.
You enjoy it too.
More useful, and as it becomes more useful, people use more of it, which means they need to use more GPUs to run inference or train new models. And I actually have this theory that
the world will spend more per year on GPUs than it does on crude oil. And that would, of course, make GPUs compute the largest commodity in the world. So it seems like you would kind of need a market for that.
A very modest call. Just the largest market in the world.
Yeah.
It's funny because, I associate oil often coming out of, sandy deserts, but now they're literally turning the sand via chips into the commodity itself, or like breathing life into the sand. Just to back up, I have a million questions about this. For those who don't know, why don't you give us the sort of, the 30-second or the 45-second description of what you do or what DRW is?
Yeah, so I started off standing in the trading pit in Chicago, in the Eurodollar option pit, yelling and screaming, and then I would go home and write code on my Macintosh computer and build models. And essentially, I don't stand in the pit and yell and scream anymore. Most of the pits are gone, but we kind of do the same thing now with computers.
I heard a story that you were once on vacation with your family and you were in Italy, I think in Florence, and instead of, eating gelato or something like that, you decided to invent a new Greek letter for derivatives trading.
So
this is cool.
Yeah. So here, I mean, you're confusing two stories. So actually, actually, what happened was, there was a new exchange that had launched an interest rate swap futures contract. Okay. It was called IDCG. And I looked at the contract and I figured out that actually they had not designed the contracts properly. And so, although they were telling everybody that it was economically equivalent to a regular interest rate swap, it wasn't, because it had this additional convexity bias in it, which is, we could talk about convexity bias. It goes even more in the weeds than a lot of your podcasts go into, but so when I was in Florence, I had this idea of how you could create an interest rate swap futures contract without this convexity bias problem, and that is what I focused my time on there. Yeah.
What was the letter?
Well, so back to the letter. The letter that was about after a really unpleasant period in the Eurodollar option pit, where all the market makers lost tons of money because the shape of the skew shifted dramatically as the Fed started hiking in a very predictable manner. And nobody had really developed a measure for linear skew. And so over the weekend, I said, during the week, I said, well, this isn't that much fun. We're losing a lot of money every day, but
God damn, good price.
You are unlike the rest. And so are we. Discover and experience.
Seconds. It's so revolutionary that developers are freaking out about it. And the best part, anyone can use it even if you can't code. I'm about to show you exactly how it works and why it's changing everything. Combi is not just another AI tool. This is a specialized AI agent that was built for one thing only, front-end development, and it's scary good at it. Here's what makes this thing so insane. Most AI tools out there are generic. They try to do everything, but they're terrible at most things. Combi is different. It only does front-end work, but it does it better than most human developers. Let me break this down for you. You know how developers spend hours and hours turning a design into actual code? Well, Combi does that in seconds, literally seconds. You can take a Figma design, you can take a screenshot, you can even just describe what you want in plain English. And Combi will spit out production-ready code that actually works. But here's the crazy part, the code it generates isn't garbage code like most AI tools. This is clean professional code that you can actually use in real projects. I'm talking React components, HTML, CSS, all of it ready to go. It understands your existing code base. So if you already have a project going, it won't mess things up. It knows your tech stack, it knows your design system, it fits right in. Now let me tell you how this thing actually works, because this is where it gets really wild. First, you give it an input. This could be a Figma design file, it could be an image of a website, it could be a screenshot from your phone, or you can just type what you want in regular words. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of You Get the Latest AI update. That is going to make you so much faster. You can take on more clients. You can deliver projects in days instead of weeks. You can charge premium prices because you're delivering so fast. If you're a developer, this doesn't replace you. It makes you superhuman. You can focus on the hard stuff while Combi handles all the boring UI work. And if you're just starting out, this levels the playing field. You can compete with experienced developers right away. You can build professional websites without years of coding experience. But before we dive deeper into what this means for your business, I need to tell you about something huge that's happening right now. We've got a flat
than what you want today. So if we're trying to automate a tax return preparation, input documents would be like W-2s and 1099s and these kind of things. Output would be like a tax return that's ready to file with the IRS. And the tools that would need to be used through that process would include tools like, OCR. It would include tools like some document extraction, like entity extraction, APIs. In our case, what we've been able to do, we have a tax engine. It's one of like our core products in the tax space. And so we've been able to expose that tax engine as a tool for the agent to go use and run tax calculations and validate tax calculations and inspect errors. And so in many cases, those tools that we're building are built on top of our existing products and applications.
Build the future of multi-agent software with Agency. That's AGNTCY. Now an open source Linux Foundation project, Agency is building the Internet of Agents, a collaborative layer where AI agents can discover, connect, and work across any framework.
I need to find the best way to learn math and science. It's brilliant.org.
Whoa.
Brilliant.
Work. All the pieces engineers need to deploy agent systems now belong to everyone who builds on agency, including robust identity and access management that ensures every agent is authenticated and trusted before interacting. Agency also provides open, standardized tools for agent discovery, seamless protocols for agent-to-agent communication, and modular components for scalable workflows. Collaborate with developers from Cisco, Dell Technologies, Google Cloud, Oracle. Is dropping.
Today, I joined Thomson Reuters about 3 years ago via acquisition. I was the chief technology officer of an AI company that Thomson Reuters acquired. And shortly thereafter, I led our AI research and development lab, which we call TR Labs. It's a group of about 250 research scientists and engineers, really focused on more, I would say, applied AI research. And probably close to a year ago now, took over as CTO. And as Thomson Reuters, we're really born as a content company more than anything. But I would say, over the years, we've been really
Oh my God, I always do this shit, dude.
Call his name out? You didn't call the name out? Yeah. I didn't talk to her. I'm actually talking to you. It's called freedom of speech. This is what Charlie Kirk died for.
Yeah, in case you weren't able to read the text on the screen here, this is a video filmed by a MAGA Charlie Kirk loving woman of the Karen variety who decided weeks after his death to go and harass a minimum wage Starbucks barista publicly while filming it all and give her a load of shit bigger than what's in Trump's diaper because the barista brought the woman her drink instead of yelling out the name the Karen gave, which was Charlie Kirk. But y'all, not only did this right-wing clout-chasing Karen get ridiculed for the irony of getting upset over not being called by her preferred name, she also recorded and posted this meltdown that ultimately led to her own demise and utmost humiliation. Folks, get ready for a MAGA F around and find out saga for the ages in 3 parts. It is one hell of a ride, but then it all wraps up with a nice little bow of cathartic, karmatic justice that drives home an important message about the paradox of tolerating intolerance.
I'm tired of everybody fighting.
I'm tired of everybody fighting. Where the fuck do I hang this? I guess I have to hang here. I like this.
Stay in the heart of a new city with Booking.com. From London hotels to Paris apartments or Tokyo hostels, explore stays worldwide on the app. If you're new here, these videos are kind of our bread and butter at Really American, so if you find yourself enjoying, be sure to like and subscribe to join our resistance, and I think I'll actually make a playlist to highlight all of our MAGA FAFO stories so you can check them out at the links in the end of this video. But without further ado, let's jump into Chapter 1, Effing Around.
So you didn't call his name out? You didn't call the name out? Yeah. He's recording. I am. Yep. Why can't you say his last name?
What is happening? Why are you being like that?
Why are you being like, yeah, why are you being like this?
No, why are you being
Yes. Well, okay, why are you being like that to me? I'm not. I actually am making a point, a big point.
Recording her, setting her up for failure.
I actually wrote a very good post prior to this.
Crazy, man.
It's not. I wrote a very good post prior to this.
You did nothing wrong.
I wrote a really good post. I was really hoping you were going to make the right choice. It's not politics. A man spoke up for what he believes in and he got shot in the neck over it. And you couldn't stand there and call my name out, but you called his name out. But you called his name out, couldn't call his name out. Called his name out, but couldn't call his name out. No, actually I was setting him up for success because I wrote a really good report. Excuse me? It is Charlie Kirk. It's the point. You guys came in after me. The place was completely empty. And you're making a scene. You didn't have to make a scene. It's a name. It's a policy that your company upholds. They came in after me. It was completely empty when I came in. That woman right there was the only person in here. I actually wrote you guys a really good review prior to getting this, saying what upstanding it was, how wonderful it was, hoping she would stand there and say my name, Charlie. Just Charlie would have been fine because she said his name. So I was saying, okay, maybe it's just going to be Charlie. And I was thinking she'll say just Charlie. And I was rooting for her to just say Charlie. And what did she do? She brought me my drink. Why'd she say his name? Twice. Not once, but twice. No, it's not. It's bad policy. It's bad. And she said she doesn't believe in politics, but yet you're willing to do this. And I wrote you guys such a good review in advance. Yeah. It's not though. See, and that's the
Couple things. I'll save most of it for the rant at the end, but what the actual hell? I mean, again, I'll rant at the end, but here are some of the top comments here. How are you putting this on a Starbucks employee and setting them up to be a part of your narrative? Why are the biggest losers always harassing working people and claiming the victim? Imagine wanting to be a victim so bad. I'm so proud of the customer who stood up to the Starbucks employee. We need more people like her in this world. Does she identify as Charlie Kirk? This performative fake activism is so exhausting. Just leave people alone. I'm trying to make a political point. Literally 10 seconds later, it's not politics. Bruh, where is her caretaker? Like, this idiot is making a scene in public, and not even the barista herself, but other people are calling them out, which is like, shout out to that person for calling them out. And trust me, you do not want to miss how this ends with this person crying in their car about the whole incident that they started. But for comparison's sake, don't sit there and fucking tell me you have the moral high ground when this is what the right is doing in the aftermath of Kirk's death. This poster was seen in Antlers, Oklahoma, saying eye for an eye, take the family out, deepest sympathy for Charlie Kirk. Aside photos of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Whoopi Goldberg, Senator Chuck Schumer, Simone Sanders, and more. Oh, but that's a one-off incident. No, it's fucking not. They're putting people on lists. They're doxing people. Here's another post. Politics the right way? Charlie Kirk's professor watch list censors and harasses academics of color. This is from Zeteo News. One of Kirk's lasting legacies is the nearly 1,200 person watch list expressly created to expose and document college professors, or as professors themselves told Zeteo, to intimidate, threaten, and shun them from the public square. But no, this bitch, and don't get mad and act like she's not one, has the audacity not only to threaten the employee, to yell at the other person, but then to say, oh, I'm not going to post my good review because you didn't align with my politics when I tried to trick you into this fucked up scenario of saying Charlie Kirk's name.
That's the problem. And now I'm going to have to go back, and I'm actually going to post the good review that I wrote first. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to add this video to it to show that I wrote the good review first. I'm going to leave the good review and I'm going to post this video to show what an ass she made of herself and how you came out and you did this. Because this is, wow. I didn't talk to her. I'm actually talking to you. It's called freedom of speech. This is what Charlie Kirk died for. I am a paying customer, and I have not done anything. I am just sitting here. You're gonna ask me to leave because you're gonna call the authorities? Are you serious? Wow. You're gonna call the authorities because I asked somebody to say a name. I'm disturbing what? I'm disturbing who? This is the person who made the scene. Okay, I'll go ahead and leave the video too. I didn't make a scene. I asked somebody to say a name. That's not making a scene. I'm still not making a scene.
松村君いきますか。はい、ご視聴いただきます。お願いします。いきなりなんですけども、はい。
Exactly what Charlie Kirk died for. This is what you all need to understand. It is called freedom of speech. It is getting shut down in America. And this young lady over here wanted to point out that freedom of speech is what is getting shut down. Saying she's pre-recording like it's a big thing. This is a public space, and we are not allowed to publicly record in a public space. People are allowed to do their work. We are allowed to have their workspaces. They're allowed to have their laptops open, and they're allowed to publicly broadcast, and they're allowed to do all these kinds of things. Here in Starbucks is a public place, but they are not allowed to ask for their name to be spoken out. So now at this point in the juncture, I have to stop the video, and I'm gonna have to go on live. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. So we're gonna go on live, so stay tuned.
Literally everything you did was making a scene. You started the whole problem. You started the drama. This is the core problem of tolerating intolerance that is so heinously stupid, dumb, profoundly bigoted, and grounded in being the victim for victim's sake and chasing clout because you're too fucking arrogant to realize that you're wrong. I'm sure some of these fucking Republicans are actually smart people, but they are ignorant and arrogant. Okay, now as if all of that wasn't already bad enough, please watch how badly she gets roasted in the comments after she goes to her car in this final part and starts crying about what happened to her in the Starbucks that once again she fucking caused.
Look at all her tats, dude.
I'm tired of everybody fighting, and I wish people would see that America is beautiful, America is free, America is not racist, and I am standing on a fucking soapbox. I am proud to be a Christian. I am a loud, proud Christian, and if you don't like my values, I don't care. I am not perfect, and none of Jesus' disciples were perfect. Not one of them. They were all sinners. Every single one of them was a sinner. Every single one of them was a sinner. He didn't want the perfect person as a Christian. He wanted the sinners. He wanted the imperfect person to see the error in their ways and to just follow him. He wanted us to find our fellow brothers and sisters and lead them to Christ. I didn't mean to turn this into a sermon, but it's turning into one. I'm covered in head to toe with Bible verses. Literally, the truth shall set you free. This is a Bible verse. These are Bible verses. Matthew 7:7, Philippians 4:6. I am covered in Bible verses head to toe. It's my walk in faith. Maybe I need to be more loud and not be so afraid of it. Charlie didn't deserve to die for just saying what he believed in. He didn't have wrong values. He just had different values. He didn't have wrong morals. He just had different morals. And no, I didn't see eye to eye with everything that he said. I really didn't. I had different views about some things. And it's irrelevant what my views versus his views were, but I see where he was coming from. And I believe in God. And I believe people are good. You should be good to their core. I really do.
If you believe in Charlie, he bet you should be married right now in the kitchen, being a good wife. What are you doing? You should be having babies right now. You shouldn't be out messing around. You shouldn't be away from your husband. You should be, your ass should be at home doing woman stuff. You shouldn't be having tattoos. I don't think he believed in all that, even if it was Bible verse, right? Charlie wouldn't been for all that tattoo shit. That is, you know, he'd want you to remove all those tattoos. I don't care what they are. That's some evil markings right there. That's according to Charlie. Anyway.
I believe that they are. And I believe that we're supposed to share the word of God. And I believe that people are supposed to come together. And I believe that there's something bigger. And this hurt bad today.
Bro, I'm tired of everybody fighting immediately after starting an unnecessary fight at Starbucks. I'm not sure she understands how it works. Charlie hated people like her, even fans of Charlie Kirk jumping in and saying stuff. This is absolutely brilliant. Someone posted a picture of a debit card that just says victim card. Starts a fight. I'm tired of everyone fighting. America's not racist. Where has she been? Also, she's a fucking white bitch with dreads. What the hell? I'm sorry, it is so pathetic. It is fucking hilarious. I know it smells like crazy in there. It's wild. Anyway, I wasn't able to find the person's name, which I obviously think should be called out because they posted the videos themselves. But I did find all of these videos reposted by themayor.tv, just an account on Instagram with like 7,000 followers. So shout out to my algorithm for putting this on my page. But yeah, I hope that A, was enjoyable for you. I hope you aren't too fucking pissed off and that the roasting was enough of karma to kind of justify watching how stupid she is. But again, I think that really here is the point. We saw all of this performative bullshit.
米国株オプション取引の手数料が安い証券会社はムームー証券。
What if I told you there's a secret medical technology out there that can cure cancer, reverse aging, regrow limbs, and even bring people back from the brink of...
Oh, I would say you're batshit crazy. And if anyone in a position of authority is pushing this kind of conspiracy theory garbage, that they should lose their jobs or get arrested for selling snake oil. And if for some crazy reason the president of the United States used the power of the White House to announce something like this, I would say it's time to send Grandpa Trump off to Shady Acres retirement home and call it a day for democracy and common sense. Yet that is exactly what just happened. Our dear leader just posted a deep fake AI video of himself promoting this MedBed conspiracy, and absolutely nobody on the right is sounding the alarm or getting the cabinet together to enact the 25th Amendment and remove him from office.
You guys hear this?
I don't know what to say other than hit subscribe to Really American Media, because unfortunately, I just spent my entire morning going down QAnon conspiracy theory rabbit holes to learn what the hell a MedBed is. Now I'm here to share the insanity that is America in 2025.
Greetings, Terrians. This is Commander Imano Ru with the Galactic Federation of Worlds here today to talk about MedBeds. Will humanity receive? It's not a matter of will, but when. Unfortunately, sickness is extremely profitable to many companies, and as long as greed takes priority over the well-being of humanity, unfortunately, this technology will not exist.
Yeah, that guy, who is even an embarrassment to Trekkies, is promoting the same thing that our president is. QAnon believes in something called MedBeds that can apparently cure all diseases.
The MedBeds, as I had said to you guys, is being guarded by the military and the divine beings. And they will be released when it is safe for everyone to have access to it. Because if we released it prematurely, although we would like as many people to get healed now, if it is released prematurely and the wrong side gets a hold of it again, like they did many decades ago, then we will be back to square one. And you will have pharmaceutical industries thriving instead of we the people being healthy.
So, does the idea of a MedBed that can cure all medical issues and even regrow missing limbs sound too good to be true? Well, that's because it obviously is. But that hasn't stopped the tinfoil hat crowd from spreading fake videos like this.
Mr. President, it's wonderful to have you on What Can You Tell Us about this amazing new scientific invention.
Well, Clara, thank you, and everyone on Fox News for having me on. I'm joining you tonight to share some news on our progress with this incredible new MedBed technology. The Tesla MedBed is a very high-tech piece of medical equipment that is used to heal people of all kinds of diseases, ailments, aging, and even mortality.
Now, isn't it interesting that they made that fake video to look like a Fox News broadcast? Maybe it's because they know that the Fox News viewers are a bunch of gullible sheep that might actually believe that sort of insanity. After all, I mean, they believe Trump qualified to be president and have also rallied around this guy.
It's a very high-tech piece of medical equipment that is used to heal people of all kinds of diseases, ailments, aging, and even mortality.
More fake.
It is an incredible piece of technology and has had truly remarkable healing results for patients all over the world. People from all ages and all walks of life have used a Tesla MedBed to heal from some of the most severe and even terminal illnesses.
Yeah, that's also AI. And again, these MedBeds are 100% fake. Yet none of this stopped the President of the United States of America from posting this video on social media late last night, a video that he would obviously know is fake because he's in it, saying things he never said.
President Donald J. Trump has announced a historic new healthcare system, the launch of America's first MedBed hospitals and a national MedBed card for every citizen.
Every American will soon receive their own MedBed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced technology in the world. These facilities are safe, modern, and designed to restore every citizen to full health and strength. This is the beginning of a new era in American healthcare.
In this first phase, only a
Trump posted the video. JS. Trump video. He saw it. So, oh, this is amazing. In his fucking dimension, he's like resharing it. Oh, I said this? The guy's fucking loonies, dude. He doesn't even know if he said it. Oh, I must have done this. He has dementia. So he came across it, thinks he actually did it, and shared it. Dementia Don. This is like proof. This is why, I mean, the guy's a complete fucking idiot. That's exactly what happened. He came across, oh, this is my healthcare program. He's gonna claim this is Obamacare. The Trump, the MedBed. You know? The MedBed, the Tesla MedBed. Oh, I can save America now. Right? Yeah, I want to be probably caught. I want to cut. I want 80% on every card. I want the money. He doesn't give a fuck if it's real or fake. You know, he can just run with it and have people think it's real. Like he can do anything. And then it's like, you know, you check into one of those MedBed hospitals and you never return. Oh, we sent him to the island. It's gonna be like, what was the movie where they killed the people who were like, you know, who got like 21 or something? Remember that old movie? Oh, it was a classic movie and they made a remake of it. You know what I'm talking about? Where they were like, oh, congratulations, you're going now to the next place, and they were being cremated. You know? And they're like, oh, and your band would start blinking, and you knew that was your time was because your band was blinking. It's like done in the 70s. Was it Running Man? JS? This is this kind of shit, dude. And then he breaks out and the world is all like, you know, like he's there, Running Man. That was a good movie. This is going to be the way they purge people. How they purge the elderly, how they purge everyone, right? They're like, yeah, you're coming in for that operation and you fucking, that's how they're going to do their death camps. This is the Trump death camps right here. The Trump death camps. Running Man. It'll be like the way this is gonna be their concentration camps. People going in for care. Oh yeah, Chuck had to go in and get the MedBed, and now he's good, and he's decided to retire. And they're gonna deep fake. They're gonna deep fake everyone, right? So it'll be Schumer going, "Yep, I had the MedBed. I feel better." It'll be like, look younger. I'm good now. I'm going off. I'm retiring from politics. everything else. Let's listen to more.
Number of MedBed cards will be released. Registration details will be announced very soon.
Seriously, what in the holy hell did we just watch? Trump actually posted that last night. And maybe Grandpa Trump, who is 79, should have the keys to the White House taken away, or at least take his cell phone away after 8 p.m., like I used to do with my children. And it really makes me wonder if Trump, the second oldest man to ever serve as president, thought that was real or plausible or funny, which it isn't. Who knows? Because early this morning, somebody deleted that post. And now I guess we're all supposed to just move on, pretend the so-called leader of the free world doesn't sound like a QAnon podcast host.
We're going to be talking a lot about the med beds. You know a lot about them, right, Jonathan? I mean, this stuff is swirling around. A lot of people, I get emails all the time about when the med beds coming out. I know they are set to come out at a certain time when the medical industry gets cleaned up.
And maybe Trump World deleted that post because the president was immediately mocked by anybody with more than 2 brain cells. So that excludes MAGA and QAnon. Mr. Gavin Newsom chimed in saying Trump is about to shut down the government and rip healthcare from 20 million Americans. What's he doing? Posting AI-generated slop about miracle hospital beds that cure all illness. Donald Trump has lost it. Yeah, score 1 for Gavin and subtract 1,000,000 points if you voted for Trump. Speaking of President Kinkles, this tweet is spot on by saying, quote, clearly these miracle beds do not exist because if they did, they would have cured Trump's dementia, obesity, and severely swollen ankles by now. Touche. And someone even asked Elon Musk's own AI chatbot if MedBeds are real, and Grok replied, a MedBed card refers to a fictional concept from online conspiracy theories, often tied to QAnon or far-right circles. It supposedly grants access to MedBeds, imaginary high-tech beds that instantly heal any illness or injury using advanced or alien technology. It's not real.
This is Elysium, right? This is Elysium. Someone must have watched Elysium and were like, oh, Elysium. You know? That was a good movie too, Elysium. There was a MedBed on there too. These people are so fucking dumb.
The baseless claims about hidden medical miracles. The term popped up in recent viral posts imagining a policy for free cards to all Americans. And yeah, that free card thing is what our dear leader just posted for millions of people to see. I honestly cannot believe this is an actual story I'm reporting on. But seeing is believing, and I need you to never forget that this actually happened.
These facilities are safe, modern, and designed to restore every citizen to full health and strength. This is the beginning of a new era in American healthcare.
Yeah, and again, somebody did delete that post, but in this modern era, nothing is ever really deleted from the internet. So I'm glad I got the copies to share with you. Please don't forget that this ever happened. And all of this has people saying the same thing. That's nice. Now release the Epstein files. And
Where are the Epstein files?
I do. I believe that they are. And I believe that we're supposed to share the word of God. And I believe that people are supposed to come together. And I believe that there's something bigger. And this hurt. This hurt bad today.
Bro, I'm tired of everybody
How about DJ Mikey?
My parents voted for Trump and against their own Medicare, which is a damn shame because my dad is about to turn 65, which is when Medicare is supposed to kick in, and he desperately needs double knee replacements. And he's been waiting for like 5+ years for this to happen. I feel so torn between telling them they got what they voted for and then watching my father suffer with 2 bad knees that he can barely walk on. And I don't even think he realizes what's about to happen to him. Like, I don't think he understands that he's not going to be able to get these knee replacements.
No.
which he desperately needs Medicare for because he cannot afford them on his own.
It is so crazy to see how many people voted against their own interests, and now they're about to find out exactly what they voted for, guys. But, you know, it's crazy. I really hope they ever figure it out at the end of the day.
My parents voted for Trump.
Pikachu is primarily what color? Red, yellow, green, blue.
I don't know any of these, and so I'd like to go ahead and ask the expert.
It's B. It's yellow.
There's no question in your mind. You're sure one.
Don't ask me again.
Pikachu is primarily what color? Red, yellow, green, blue.
Did you know why Chinese farmers feed their chickens inside nets? Everyone was surprised to see this. When people in China raise chickens, first, they make a steel frame, then cover it with mesh and tie it tightly, and chickens are let inside, where they can stay safe from wild animals. In the evening, there's no need to search for the chickens because they are simply taken out of the mesh and locked in their nests. But did you know why Chinese farmers feed their chickens inside nets? Everyone was surprised to see this. When people in China raise chickens, first, they make a steel frame, then cover it with mesh and tie it tightly, and chickens are let inside, where they can stay safe from wild animals. In the evening, there's no need to search for the chickens because they are simply taken out of the mesh and locked in their nests. But why Chinese farmers feed their chickens inside nets? Everyone was surprised to see this. When people in China...
He works out right in the forest. This man doesn't care where to train. He simply built real workout equipment for massive logs, large stones, and strong ropes. He uses nature as his gym. Would you try such unusual workouts? Yeah. He works out right in the forest. This man doesn't care where to train. He simply built real workout equipment for massive logs.
Get ready, because every appliance in your home...
未来の今の子供
Texas popcorn.
This is my version of Texas popcorn, yes.
Okay, bag of popcorn.
Okay.
Bowl. Hot sauce. What is this here?
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
You might think baboons are scary, but wait until you meet their bigger, meaner cousin, the mandrill. These primates don't just look intimidating with their bright faces and massive build. They've got the...
Don't mistake this for an ordinary piece of wood. It's actually a rare and highly valuable vine. First, it's cut with precision, then carefully polished to remove the outer layer. After that, it's tempered over a lamp to shape it, and finally transformed into a beautiful bracelet that adorns your wrist. Don't mistake this for an ordinary piece of wood. It's actually a rare and highly valuable vine. First, it's cut with precision, then carefully polished to remove the outer layer. After that, it's tempered over a lamp to shape it, and finally transformed into a beautiful bracelet that adorns your wrist. Don't mistake this for an ordinary piece of...
I just finished watching Trump's speech at the UN, and this would be the point where I'd normally hold up a coffee cup and say, I hope your coffee...
My parents voted for Trump and against their own Medicare, which is a...
If you think Louis Vuitton logo
will not accept it as a...
This is the world's tallest man-made waterfall. Standing 625 meters high, this artificial waterfall resembles a water movie screen. Rainbows are often seen splashing from the waterfall. This artificial bridge is located in Guizhou, Huajiang Canyon, China. This is the world's tallest man-made waterfall. Standing 625 meters high.
This vet is a genius. Before giving the cow an antibiotic shot, he gently taps the spot a few times. The cow thinks it's just being patted and stays calm. Then, with perfect timing, he slips the needle in and the cow hardly even notices. Normally, cows resist or panic as soon as they feel a needle, but his technique keeps them completely relaxed.
This is the secret why swimmers swim so fast. The trick is in the first move they do. Swimmers need to perfect their jump to dive in the water. This can boost their momentum in the water and help them not use too much strength. After the
Girl, what are you doing?
I am boring.
You should say, I am bored.
This athlete was celebrating his javelin.
This water pump doesn't require electricity or fuel to operate. It's called a hydrogen pump, or hydraulic ram. It utilizes the kinetic energy of flowing water. This pump utilizes gravity to pump water from rivers or springs. When water enters the pressure chamber, the air inside is compressed. This pressurized air then pushes the water up the pipeline. This process repeats automatically, making the hydrogen pump an effective, environmentally friendly solution for pumping water to higher elevations without requiring additional energy. This water pump doesn't require electricity or fuel to operate. It's called a hydrogen pump, or hydraulic ram. It utilizes the kinetic energy of flowing water.
By Office 2024.
Look, this is a machine where the man puts a glass of rice along with a little salt, then closes the lid and heats it over a fire for about 2 minutes. After that, the machine is wrapped tightly in a special cloth that's very strong and doesn't catch fire. As soon as it's opened, there's a loud pop, and the rice comes out as puffed rice. But look, this is a machine where the man puts a glass of rice along with a little salt, then closes the lid and heats it over a fire for about 2 minutes. After that, the machine is wrapped tightly in a special cloth that's very strong and doesn't catch fire. As soon as it's opened, there's a loud pop, and the rice comes out as puffed rice. But look, this is a machine where the man puts a
At first, it looked simple. A delivery man was coming for dropping a package. But then he began marking the snow with his feet, and what appeared next was both unbelievable and suspicious. At first, it looked simple. A delivery man was coming for dropping a package. But then he began marking the snow with his feet, and what appeared next was both unbelievable and suspicious. At first, it looked simple. A delivery...
It was a human bone. I don't know how legal this was. All these years later, I gotta admit, I don't know how legal this was. It was an index finger. Peter remembers. You guys remember more about my stupid career than I do. It was an index finger bone hanging from a leather. I was going to say chain, and it looked very like a surfer necklace. I wore that shit for a while. The looks I was getting was downright creepy, and I started questioning everything. I'm like, what? I think this is cool. This is cool. It goes with my whole shark jock image. And now I want to just try to sing Dig a Pody for everybody. Oh my God, surfer necklaces are so bad. Now surfers don't wear them. I'm guilty of having a bunch of old ones in my drawer. Yeah, it was called Cannibal Wear. He kind of sold this stuff on his website or something called Cannibal Wear. And then I started really understanding that the people looking at this necklace were really fucking creeped out. And then I was really fucking creeped out. And I tried to mail it back to Chuck Farnham. He said, nah, man, this is yours. This is yours now. And I'm like, man, this is like, if there's bad energy out there, I think this falls into the bad energy category. Actually, I got one that's even worse. Oh shit, I just remembered. So I buried it in the backyard of my, oh my God, I just realized something. I buried this in the backyard of my parents' house where I was raised. We no longer own that house, and God, I hope they don't fucking put a pool in that backyard. Because they're gonna be, what the fuck is this? They're gonna get the yellow. Holy crap! That's how people get in trouble. This thing was innocent enough.
Please respond to me. Does anyone want to do a collaboration or no? No, I hear you, Angela. I'm just trying to figure out what time we're talking. Can you figure that out? Eastern Standard Time?
A difference, Paula. Paula, rebel. And there's nothing here. You can't do anything. You're not going to be able to build you're not going to be able to have a movement. You don't have anything. There's nothing there. There's no trespassing signs or anything. So we're good to be here. They say, and here used to be a building, used to be a trooper. I used to be a trooper, used to be leading the state in protection of people. Here used to be the Knoxville Police Department. The old Knoxville Police Department was here for years and years. I'm not sure how many years, but they have torn it down. All there is here is a bunch of rubble. We've been here a little over an hour. A bunch of rubble, bunch of nothing, rubble, and a bunch of rocks. And the Knoxville Police Department, you can look it up online. They have a little tour of it, tell you the stories that went on here. Some of the awful dirty stuff probably went on here. And let me tell you this, Knoxville Police Department used to be here, right in this area. And I'll tell you the point of this, and talk a little bit about people in power, corruption. But this is where the Knoxville Police Department used to be. They tore it to the ground. And that's the reason why I came here. Show you, people say, there's nothing here. And for me to start a movement, there's nothing here. It's all a pile of rocks and rubble, but let me show you somewhere else. That's, where everything starts, with nothing. Because the police department's turned down. Let me explain to you. Knoxville Police Department used to be here. Let me tell you something that they don't want you to hear about.
Keep saying it over and over. We know it was there.
Sociological.
Why was it torn down?
Legally and with facts, the truth is that you would think that with the Knoxville Police Department being here, they moved it to another area, and I'll tell you about that.
I'm gonna go crazy.
The Knoxville Police Department being here, they tore it down now. If there was less crime in this area, because there's a police car in this area. Now, I'm not running down all police. Police are behind me. They know, because they don't run the police department. A lot of crooked people run the police department. A lot of politicians that put
the Knoxville Police
that do what they want them to do. They carry a gun and enforce their road laws and try to follow the Constitution. So,
don't say
the police department used to be here. You'd think that there's less crime here in this area because there's a police car. And that's what people think. You'd think this community here is upset. I don't know. Maybe they fool us up, but there's not a police car here because where more police, there's less crime, right?
Do not say it again.
That's what people think. But think about this. What about this little concept? What about, since the police department isn't here, it's somewhere else, that there's less crime here? Anybody ever thought of that? People say, well, how can you say that? With police cars around, there's less crime. What about, I'm going to say this, just listen. What about the police crimes? The police crimes. So I'm saying there's less crime here now, with the police department not being there, than there was when there was a police department there. And I'm not running down police officers. They know, they don't like it either. Not a whole lot they can do to support me. Some of them. They don't run the departments. The ones that are running the department shouldn't be, and the ones that are on patrol doing their jobs, for the most part.
Oh my God, let me get off this.
Portland, Oregon. Now, the reason why I think this is funny, and the reason why I'm saying this has nothing to do with like current needs, right? Like, they're not even trying to manufacture a crisis and then try to tackle that crisis militarily. Because Portland has been an unhealed wound in the minds of
MAGA.
National conservatives.
Yeah.
They just constantly pointed to Portland. Portland's always on fire. Portland is out of control. Portland's going crazy. We got to do something about it. And Donald Trump did in 2020. He literally sent BORTAC units, the SWAT team basically, for ICE, to go to the streets of Portland and black bag people. Okay, just like literally apprehend them in the streets in unmarked vans with military gear. They did that. Okay, but Portland now, there's nothing going on. Like, yeah, there's protests, right? There's ongoing protests against ICE, but it's happening in every city. Like, there's nothing particularly unpleasant that's taking place in Portland currently that isn't taking place everywhere else, from Illinois to Los Angeles, in Chicago to Los Angeles, other parts of the country where there are ICE apprehensions taking place. The only reason why he just came out of nowhere and decided that Portland has to be tackled with the military is because they just don't like Portland.
No.
That's it. It's just important as like a symbol for.
It's because of the military thing's gonna happen. They're trying to create as much noise around there. Hey, wait there. I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna hit Mama's car. I'm giving you a chance to get out early. So who was the girl? Who was the girl you with, Mikey? Waving me on? Don't stop, don't stop. Mikey was talking to a little girl. Talking to a girl. She in your grade? She's in your class? Yeah. She your girlfriend? Just a friend? Why were you me on then? Why were you? I don't want to dare you. You didn't want her to see me? Yeah. Yeah, MAGA hates Portland. All right, guys. Why is there? You drink some of Tommy's drink or something? Why is it lower? Why is his drink low? Smokey. Kabuki! Where's your brother? Where's your Tommy? Call her. Burger King! Oh, I clean the kitchen.
Thank you.
Hi. All right, guys, we'll call it. Undoudu. Have a good day, okay? Mine's wrapping up. Yours guys starting. Hope you guys fight the good fight, get out and protest, you know? Get your voices heard. Fight for that democracy. You guys have a good evening, okay? Undoudu.